How are you doing? Hope you're having a good night. I'm going to turn this down in my ears a little bit because it seems a little bit loud. How are you doing? Tonight we're going to play a game called Twin Mirror. These earphones are actually kind of annoying. Yeah, tonight we're going to play a game called Twin Mirror. I am just going to have a quick look at my camera because it seems like it's absolutely screwed up somehow. Shouldn't be, but it is. I feel like that's too... Something on my settings is not quite right and I don't know what it is. Still, never mind, it doesn't matter, it's not important. We're going to play a game tonight called Twin Mirror. It was a game I intended to play the other night when my connection just didn't work. So tonight we're going to do it, but we're going to do it with, well, a decent connection, thankfully. Because we fixed that issue. That issue is no longer a thing to worry about. It's a thing of the past. Well, for now anyway. But yeah, so tonight we're going to play Twin Mirror. It's kind of a wee investigation-y, sort of psychological thriller sort of game. Some guy goes back to his hometown or something, a friend has died, and while we're there, I guess we see some strange things going on. I'm just going to move my camera because the edge of my thing is showing through and I'm just wondering, it's not much better, but it'll be alright. So yeah, we're going to play Twin Mirror tonight. We're going to jump into it. I think we'll just jump into it right now, to be honest. It looks like an interesting game. I guess we'll see how it goes. Here we are. I can put the sound back to default. So we've got the audio, just had to mute it for a little while there. You know, just to make sure that it wasn't cutting into anything else we were doing. But we're going to play this game. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from it. Well, let's jump in and see what it's all about. Now that everything's working properly.
The skies are finally clearing up.
The skies are finally clearing up. Light rain most of the afternoon, that's alright. Got a brisk evening ahead of us. Hopefully not. It's the basswood sound. Listen up, it's the basswood sound. What I'd seen of this kind of reminds me a little bit of like Alan Wake or something. I hope this music isn't copyrighted. There's nothing I can do about it. The game music. I don't think we can stop it. I know it's that. It's that kind of thing. Let's just turn the audio down a little bit. Got a controller vibrating off my leg. Should be better. Just don't want it to be too loud. But yeah, we got a guy singing. There's my Can't even understand what he's saying. Hey, you're gonna be at the wake, right? Maybe. I felt around for something weird. There's a radio station. Yeah, constipated music. Keep coming alive. Yes, that's what the song's called. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive. Hey Lynn, how you doing? Not sure I like this music. But maybe it's done. Good to see you. Hope you're well rested tonight. I'm not totally sure what the kind of idea in this game is. All I know is he's going home, someone died, and then some weird shit happens. I don't know. That sounds pretty typical for most games. Like this.
Time to kill before the funeral. Might as well
spend it in the middle of nowhere. Alright, fair enough. It feels like, it almost feels like an Alan Wake sort of thing to me. Restoration sign?
Back to Basswood, Sam.
Basswood. Alright. Hopefully it'll all come back okay. I'm doing alright, yeah. It's been quite good, obviously. A day off today, off now for the next couple of weeks from work, so it's quite nice, you know.
Every chance I could.
Get some time to rest after the
really makes a small town look
Christmas stuff. This has got, as I say, this has got a very Alan Wake sort of feel to it. Orientation board, closed, sucks, ruined. Guess that's basswood. So there's a cemetery. Now it said something about going to a wake, so
given how I left things.
Nick must be his friend who died, I guess. I know I am having a good day so far.
I remember
Can't complain too much.
Summers on the banks fishing with Nick.
Doesn't mean I won't, but okay, days fishing.
I remember spending
Yeah, I already looked at that.
on the banks fishing with Nick.
Is that right?
My hometown.
This is his
Far more
hometown.
imposing in my nightmares.
Hmm.
Strange to think of Basswood without its
And
mine.
the basswood mine. Here, this is feeling, I don't know, more and more Alan Wake the further we go. A warning sign.
The massive cliff face would be a giveaway.
Well, you know, it might not be, you know. I might not notice the cliff edge. They might be walking backwards. Taking a selfie, you know. People do that all the time, don't they? They fall off things. A food locker that keeps hikers and hunters safe from bears. Why can they go inside it?
I left a sandwich in it for a whole week once. Dad never let me forget it.
Left a sandwich in one for a week. Imagine someone comes back and opens the thing up and there's like just a mouldy sandwich lying on top of their shit.
Enough to fix it.
No hiking. Got a wildlife sign. The hiking trails.
These trails were great to walk if you wanted to feel truly alone.
And sometimes you do. It's kind of like a... It says it's like a psychological thriller sort of thing, so... When hunting, carry with you any and all required permits and licenses. Do not hunt while under the influence of alcohol. Hunting's forbidden between half an hour after sunset and half an hour before sunrise. So it's kind of like an investigation sort of thing.
Hunting is another tradition I could never get behind. Just don't see the appeal.
But like, from what I understand, some weird stuff where you go inside what they describe as your mind palace
She wrote an
to work
article
out what happened, sort of thing. You got to piece together kind of mysteries or something, I suppose. West Virginia's scenic mountain forests are home to deer, flying squirrels, red foxes, field mice, rabbits, and cave bats, among other animals. Bobcats, wild boars, and even black bears have been seen all over the state. Even very remote farmsteads have occasionally sighted the eastern cougar on the prowl. Hmm. West Virginia, so is this like Fallout 76 before it happened? West Virginia.
I used to love looking at Basswood from up here.
There may be a little bit of thinking involved in this game, yeah. I realise my mistake. Let's have a look through this thing. Here he goes, look, he's going inside his head. He's got a blue t-shirt. He's got a blue t-shirt when he's inside his mind palace.
Why can't the real world be as clear and peaceful as my own?
Very
mind?
bright. This game is very bright. Is there any way I can reduce the brightness a wee bit? That is quite bright, to be fair. I feel like it's bombarding me with white light. That's alright. I mean, I don't know how difficult any of it's going to be, obviously, but it could be straightforward enough, we'll see. That's the mine closure.
It does mean nothing stays hidden in here.
He's got like a pulsing head on his chest as well. Pulsating head all about. Let's go along the icy path. Or crystals, I suppose it might be. Just looks like a hell of a lot of ice everywhere. Yeah, I'm becoming kind of see-through because of how bright this game is. Let's sit back a little bit further so I'm not getting blasted with light so much. Right, where am I going? Oh, up this way. I can barely remember how to control my character walking around. Hello, who's this?
The story is important. You know I think that. It's just...
What story?
People around here have short tempers and long memories.
The story's
Be
important.
careful. Sam, are you even listening to me?
No, I'm trying. I am listening to you. Yeah, you said something.
I heard you, Anna.
But considering I've got no idea what the context of it is.
I wasn't
you
listening.
know. Oh. Remember. This is just me remembering stuff. It is very bright, isn't it?
Come on, Anna. Look at this.
What is it?
I wonder if it would be worth maybe even bringing the brightness down a wee bit more. Not that it's going to make a huge bit of difference, but I can still see what's going on in the game okay.
I'm skinny dipping.
Anna.
That feels a little bit better actually.
I can't even see. Something's blocking it.
Something's blocking it. Imagine trying to focus on something that's an inch away from a telescope.
What are you doing?
You can't focus on something that's an inch away from the end of the telescope. You'll have no idea, well you could, but you'll have no idea what it is.
Please don't tell me you're proposing.
I'm down on one knee. A ring. What else would I
Oh
do?
Cecilia, down on my knee. No wait.
You look like I just ran over your grandma.
Ran over what? No, nobody ran over anyone's
Silence is
grandma.
really starting to scare me now. Anna, please say something.
Sam,
The answer's no.
put that away.
Put that away.
Come on.
This is in some videos like that, you know, where like a guy goes into somewhere really public and drops down on his knee with a ring in his hand, you know, and he's like, well, you, and they just go, fuck off.
You should know that.
You think that person didn't read the situation very well. They shouldn't laugh about it, it is kind of sad, but... Still got very bright white screens in between though. Relive one memory is an
You weren't
achievement.
happy. She was the one brave enough to face that. Lost in my head again.
I don't know, maybe he'll meet this person again.
Miss.
Got lost in his head and missed loads of time. So this appears to be a thing, he'll lose a lot of time. You're really not going to show? No. I just got lost. Press that to read a new journal entry. Return to the car, you've wasted enough time. Is that it? Return to the car!
I missed the funeral. Maybe it's for the best. On the
I don't
bright
think
side,
he ever
it's not
intended to
alive
go to the
and
funeral.
down again.
Let's phone them on the emergency phone.
I get the feeling it still sees some use, given how bad the coverage is up here.
Yeah, plus people probably come across emergencies all the time in the woods. Uh-oh. There's a cutscene. Is that my phone dying? Are you still coming?
Sorry, Walter, but I don't think I'll stay.
Aye, I'll come and visit the place and see what's going on.
Given up already? Just a quick, depressing jaunt down memory lane.
So this must be like his internal monologue, his
I know
internal
you think that the only thing
thing
waiting
telling
for
him
me
it's
down
his
there is
conscience.
hurt. Lots of hurt. And you might be right. But it's been 2 years.
Is that his conscience?
It's time to face the world. Time to adult.
Time for real adulting here.
Good news, though. At least you don't have to do it alone.
I don't know if we'll cope, to be honest. Hopefully it's not too dark now for you. Let's put that brightness down a wee bit. But it is supposed to be kind of getting dark there, so I suppose kind of will be a bit. It's not a particularly long game. I think this suggested about 7 hours or so. I hope you can make the wake. It'll be at the Haven. I'm almost there. Got stuck in traffic, like they'll believe that.
Lost the signal. Something never changed.
We couldn't even send that message. We couldn't even send the message. What's coming? We've looked at this view about 50 times. A little look that kind of says, I don't want to be here. Don't go there then, go home. Alright, cool. Hopefully it'll stay that way. I think the bits where he goes into his mind might be a wee bit brighter, but I'm hoping that I've taken it down enough that it won't be too much of an issue. Hopefully. If it stay like this. How good we can go get a game of darts. The way he's reacting, something makes me think that he's probably not very welcome in this town. That Joan Bug Waldron, Nick's daughter, can't imagine what she's going through. That a small child? Yeah.
Yuli, you actually came.
I did die, here I am. Muley,
Been a while.
that his name?
You've gotten taller.
Can we talk?
I mean, that's kind of a thing with kids, right? They tend to get bigger. Most
It's cold.
usually. What do you want to do? Get in the car? Why is she's getting in the... I think it might be a wee bit too dark. Maybe I should put it up just a touch. I think it should be okay. I mean, the trouble is this bit is dark, so is it almost black? Is it? I mean, this bit is really dark though, because they're outside in a car park with no lights. So
You left.
this bit is quite dark. Let's not talk about that.
I don't really want to talk about this right now.
You don't want to talk about this? What are you, my age?
Hopefully, it's not going to be this dark
Not
the
here
entire
for
time.
very long. I don't want to fight about the mistakes I've made.
Well, my dad died. I'm angry, and I want to fight about it.
I don't. And it takes two people to fight.
You're a jerk, and I'm gonna talk about it. It's been hard. My mom's been distant, even before all of
It
this.
is just a very dark sequence, so I'm hoping that's going to change.
I wish kids in class liked me. I wish you hadn't left. I wish a lot of things.
That's a lot of things to wish for, yeah. But why did he leave? That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't know how much me staying would have helped.
Possibly not.
You're the only one around here that doesn't treat me like a kid.
But you are.
You are a
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I like
He
to
says
be
what
treated
we're
like
thinking.
one. Listen,
Awkward silence.
I wanted to talk to you about
Also,
what happened to Dad.
randomly, kids just jumping in people's cars. That's a
It
bit.
doesn't
That's a
make
bit
sense.
troubling.
He wouldn't have just crashed. He drove like a grandma, you know that.
Ooh.
Wrong.
So maybe his
I'm
pal
not
was
just
murdered.
For the funeral, Joan. I'm not a PI or a cop.
You're the closest thing I can talk to. Will you just look into it, Muley? Please?
Yuli.
She wants her father's death to mean something.
Wonder if I can.
But where does that lead? What if it leads to the truth? That could change everything. An hour ago, you wanted to run away. Now you want to start another investigation? A few questions won't hurt anyone.
That's
Just
not what I
tonight,
want.
to reassure her and myself. This is a wake.
Awake.
Poke around,
We're
people
not
may end up
awake.
poking back.
Oh.
Whatever you do, at least leave the kid out of it.
There's something.
It'd be cruel to lead her on. Friends don't lie to each other.
Maybe
Even if it
adjust in
means
terms of.
disappointing her again. It's your call.
It's my call. Why not? Let's look into it. Let's look into it and see what it's all
Okay.
about.
I'll see what I can see and
See.
all that. Gumshoe it up.
You will?
I'm trying to
Make some
adjust
good
like
points.
some
It
brightness
doesn't
settings or things there, but I think the
make
game is
itself
just.
Yeah, me too. I might just be, I don't know.
I don't think that's
crazy
gonna
or
work. That just
something,
looks
but-
rubbish.
You want to know for sure. I get it.
Thanks, Muley.
I was trying to see if there was a filter I could maybe put on to just boost it a wee bit.
I should go in before my mom misses me. You better get in there too. Can't hide in your car all night.
Who says I'm hiding out here?
Not really anything. Well, let's just forget. Let's
I
not
do.
worry. Let's see what it's like when we go to the next area, because it might be okay.
See
It might not be
inside.
too dark when we get inside. Do, do. See how it goes. If he ever goes inside, he might just stay in his car for the rest of the game. Oh no, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm too scared. Oh, it's an old Pac-Man. I guess that's the guy who died. Got some kind of medication. We don't know what kind or what it's for at this stage. I think she climbed into the driver's seat. Right. I mean, even me playing it just now on my screen in front of me, it is still quite dark, so...
Might as well talk to Walter. I'll have to sooner or later. Same old town.
Here's the Coal Miner's Haven. A sign you can barely read.
Change.
Darts, billiards.
Yes, the cat food is under the sink. Yes, yes it is, Mother.
Cat food's under the sink.
Oh, Samuel is here. I'll call you back. Samuel Higgs, as I live and breathe.
As I live and breathe!
Regardless, I'm so glad you finally made it.
Yeah, that looks a bit better.
It's good to see you. What kept you?
A trip down memory lane. I missed the funeral, but I made it to Nick's wake.
You have to bring it in for a hug.
Why do I? Do I have to?
Basswood back in town requirement.
But what if I
So
don't?
good to
What
see you.
if I don't want
Even
to?
if I wish the circumstances were different.
What if I don't want
Times like
to?
these,
Okay,
we
let's
need
do
to
it. Why
come in
not?
touch of others.
Let's try and be friendly to the people from his old hometown. Bring it in. Bring it in, mate. Bring it in.
Also, have you spoken to Anna lately?
No.
No, why?
No reason.
Why? Is that the person
Give it a
who he
chance, we
proposed
should
to?
catch up. We should really catch up. I'll see
Okay,
you inside.
yeah, we'll catch up, maybe. Possibly. Depends how it goes. You can even examine the bar's front door.
I'm not ready for this.
I'm not ready for it either. Let's go in. Nobody's ready. Just go inside.
Here we go.
Okay. So all we know is his friend died. His daughter thinks it was suspicious, but obviously we don't know. And we're in a town where we're not very happy to be. What was it with everywhere being really quite dark?
Mr. Samuel Higgs.
Oh, here we go.
Shop investigative report.
Someone doesn't like him straight away.
Didn't think you'd ever be back in here.
Didn't think you'd ever be back in here.
Would that mean you couldn't leave town?
Now let's confront him, he's a prick.
It's really embracing those Hick stereotypes, huh, Joel?
Nah. That's it, come on up you get.
Gentlemen,
Police are here.
we'll get you good old boys another round.
Mighty kind of you, Declan.
They get a round of beers for that. They should be happy. They got a free round of beers for me confronting him.
Making friends.
I wonder if they'd have got a free round of beers if I hadn't.
Declan, been a while.
Hey, careful. I'd rather not be working tonight.
No.
You always seem to angry up everyone's blood.
Why? I'll be leaving as soon as I
Out
can.
of here by morning. Don't want to stay any more than you want me here.
Don't rush out of here on their account, but
Don't rush out of here on
maybe
their
don't
account.
dawdle either. You
I'll
watch
try not
yourself.
to. What exactly is happening? So they don't like him.
I think it's time I go put up a photo at the memorial board.
Where's that?
That's what people do, right?
Got the mine closed.
I'm the guy who got the mine closed. There we go.
Sammy! Oh, it's been ages.
I got the mine closed. That might be a good reason why they don't like me then. I think we find out the reason for that now.
And this thing with Nick? His car went up like a Sunday.
Oh, that's appropriate. His car went up like a Sunday ham.
Isn't that cute? He took over the old pharmacy.
We put down a tablecloth and...
The infamous Sam. I've read that article you wrote on the mine. You must
Did I?
have put in a lot of legwork on that.
took a lot of research.
It took reading thousands of public records, but a pattern emerged.
So what exactly happened? Negligence at the mine.
You are a bulldog. A dangerous man to anyone using power to exploit.
So they're annoyed because he stopped them from getting killed in accidents in the
Don't
mine.
hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you.
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
I probably will be. I'm not planning on staying. Who's Kathy? There's a drum kit. Let's go play the drums. Let's play the drums. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't do anything with the drums? Oh. I don't suppose that's very appropriate for someone's wake. Who's this?
Sam, you actually came.
I did die. My condolences.
I know you two haven't been.
That's how you're supposed to greet people, right? When someone's died.
We hadn't been close in years, but he was my daughter's father.
That guy's looking over at him as if to say, I'm gonna get that guy.
Joan was really hurt when you left town.
She's got a sideways crucifix on. Why's she got a sideways crucifix?
Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town.
I'll try not to, yeah.
Alright.
Okay, why have you got a sideways crucifix?
Your daughter thinks Nick's crash doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
She's a little girl who lost her father. She's confused right now.
Well, she may be
Don't
confused.
be encouraging her,
Or she may be right.
putting those thoughts in her head.
So we might have to investigate
I
this.
frankly thought you knew better.
Do you think she has a point?
I think you should stay away from her.
Well, maybe. That's as told. What's he got in his pocket? Put the photo on an empty spot. It's two of them with the daughter playing Pac-Man.
Sorry we lost touch. Sorry I lost touch. Rest up, big guy.
I wonder who was the best one at Pac-Man.
This photo always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face.
Looked like he managed to do it there. There's him and his daughter.
He was more her best friend than a dad.
I see. They were more like friends.
Look at us.
Yep, look at us.
I wonder who took that picture.
I don't know. What was that called? The Basswood Jungle Team.
Happier times.
What's... I wonder what the relevance of that is. Did they go to a jungle?
Drove straight to the sea after
Yeah, game
work
over.
on Friday.
We're done. Finished.
Double
Bye.
weekend. Bug was so small back then.
That's the child. And there's that Walter guy. Can I look at that picture or not? I want to look at that picture. I can't look at that picture. Okay, that's fine. Whatever's... I don't know why.
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
What was the bet? What are we betting on?
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood.
Oh, you did die.
After you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell. To
We're not going to get the
instigate
chance to
that
just
Uncle
leave.
Road
I assume.
Well, Dennis,
It's like...
I won the bet I had with myself that you'd be an asshole right off the bat.
Was he being an asshole?
Safe bet.
He was just saying that he was betting that he'd never come to
You and
town.
Dennis, you and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am.
Well, that's why he's here then,
And
right?
I thought he was a hack, which he was.
He's never gonna give up on a free drink,
Didn't know resetting
I guess.
passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way.
You know, I've got this gun.
Relax. I'm just playing.
You're just
At least
playing.
tell me how you
Why are you
feel.
showing me you've got a gun in your pocket, mate? Things have been great.
Good.
I don't think they have.
Thinking of going back to school. Go for another master's.
So you don't have a clue what to do with
It's
yourself.
about right.
Anyway,
Gotta close down more
cheers to
mines.
Nick, a man that, unlike us, people actually liked.
That's a good way to
Speaking
put it. What's this? Oh, someone playing the guitar? Is this... Who's that? What song are we playing? What song is it gonna be? Gonna be home. No. Home on the range. You'd sing along. But maybe not. Do we have to watch the whole performance, do you think? Just make the moment even more uncomfortable. It's a batter out a mean drum solo just to try and... I don't know who this is. It's a sad moment. For everyone. Definitely an emotional performance. Which is maybe understandable. They were all good friends with this guy. Don't play the guitar.
Anna used to play it almost.
That's Anna, okay.
She stopped after her father's accident.
Oh, I see, so that's Anna. Okay.
Anna?
Sam!
What are you doing here? Giving you a hug, so come on. Reciprocate the hug.
Missed you. Why did it take so long for you to darken my doorstep?
No? It hurts to come back.
I won't lie, it really hurt coming back.
I wonder if those other options do anything different.
Sam, why'd you do that to yourself?
A desire to open old wounds.
Do the choices make a difference, I wonder?
When I came in too,
People around here have short tempers.
and long memories.
But
Long
most of them
memories.
mean well. Sam, the mind
But, well, apart from the ones that say they want to they want to batter you, you know, they don't mean well.
If the Lord has a sense of humor, it was gonna run dry or have an even bigger disaster. It wasn't your fault.
Well, that's if they weren't
I wish everyone else understood that.
if they weren't causing accidents and things, you know.
Mad. You were easy to blame.
Seems like there was a pretty good reason to
Nobody knew the mine was
there was a pretty good reason to tell them that the mine wasn't following regulations.
Whenever people talk about you, he always
Like, oh, you should have just let more people die in the mine.
Yeah, well, your dad's Joe. He's an oak. Unmoving and annoyingly supportive.
It wasn't just him.
Strange idea, that.
Nick thought your piece was great. He was actually jealous. He always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven.
As it turned out,
as he used to put
just
it.
shook his hometown
No.
and then had to run away.
Nick and I had moved in together. Started to get serious. But I think it's only now I realize how much I cared for him.
You and
They were
Nick started
together?
Going out? When did this happen?
A few
Not
months
long
ago,
after
he never told
that
you?
proposal.
He asked me to let him be the one to say something. You two had been so close.
Who's this? Why is that guy hanging about in the background? I feel
I
like
hadn't been answering his calls.
it's a very slow start,
It's the
isn't it?
worst part, right? Anything broken just stays broken now.
Yes, so.
But this was all nice. The funeral, the wake. Walter did a good job. But it all just makes
You play
me feel
darts or something?
heavy. It makes my heart hurt. Like Nick's memory has been laid on top of me and I'm
Oh no, he is talking to someone. I thought he was standing there on his own, just waiting.
It's hard for me to really.
I should have asked if he'd been murdered. Just to see the reaction.
Smart. Don't rock the boat when the person in the boat just lost a loved one.
It's big.
Well,
I can't get my head around it either. His stuff is all over my house, but he's just missing. Things without an
a lot of
owner.
things without a person.
Most of it I'll probably
What, throw in the bin?
give to Joan and Kathy. The throw away. I don't even
Just chuck it
know.
all in the bin.
Sam, I'm
I'm kidding.
tired, and if I'm gonna drink and cry, I want to do it alone.
Fair enough.
I played that stupid, stupid song like I told myself I would.
Alright.
He said, or he used to say, it made him ache.
Now it's just made everyone else ache.
I did it, and I'm going home. We need to catch up, though.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not gonna stay. I'm not gonna stick around for long, though.
Let's meet for coffee tomorrow and talk. Really talk.
9:30 tomorrow, I'll be on the next plane home.
Maybe.
I'll be at the cafe across from the paper.
Don't know how this is gonna go.
It was honestly nice seeing you.
Thanks. You too.
Samuel, come. Have a round with me.
I need a drink or two. Or 3. And then I'll go.
What are they talking about? I thought it was 4,000. Have a look at him.
Bitter and jaded. He's even worse than the last time we spoke.
That's Dennis.
People leave you or they die. That's the only way anything ends.
Well, that's a bit of a dull outlook on life, isn't it?
Walter can be overwhelming.
I didn't know you read Dickens, Ethan.
But he means well.
Didn't know that Ethan had read Dickens.
Not really. You just
He's owned this bar for almost a decade.
Ethan, he's
Still
been here for
faithful.
almost a decade.
Then you should read Great Expectations.
You should read Great Expectations,
Never
yeah.
known Tara to not take over a conversation.
Now everyone's staying away so that she doesn't take over the conversation.
So tragic what happened to Nick. The details are.
What are the details?
They think he didn't die on impact. Instead, he roasted.
He roast. Why are you so? Why is she so excited about telling everyone that he roasted to death?
Not a pretty sight. Unless you're into that kind of thing, of course. I didn't mean to be rude.
Like a Christmas turkey. No, they're usually dead before they go in.
Tara, I don't like the sight of dead, burned people.
Oh, thank God. I wouldn't want to be rude on a day
No.
like this.
She has grey
Oh,
teeth.
Sam, now that Nick is gone, everyone in town hates you.
Has grey
I mean,
teeth.
I don't. Why would I? It's not my job you destroyed. You're not the cause of all my.
I don't think this person's very
I mean,
tactful.
that's what you did for pretty much all of Basswood, but not to me. So, I don't hate you.
Thanks for the
Tactful's
compliment,
definitely not a
Mr.
word you
Tara.
can use to
I'll
describe
see you
her. And who are these guys? They're nobody that we're going to pay attention to. Here's the guy that we almost started a fight with.
Old timers in general already don't like me.
The old miners
Dark
don't
ones
like
make it
him.
Worse.
She may not be. It's hard to say.
Why don't you drink Nick on the other side of the bar?
Maybe I will. What, behind the bar, you mean? I'll just go behind the bar and drink everything.
That's where Nick and I sat every time he dragged me out for drinks
What
afterwards.
did that say? Booth a pluster? Hasn't been replaced in decades. Well, why have they got one booth that's been there forever? Let's get the jukebox on. Pop in the Mind Palace.
Can't
The
believe
way
this
she, yeah,
is
that's it. The way
still
she's
working.
talking about the way he died. It's like, oh, he fried up like a ham or something, you know. Oh, hello. Now it's bright again. So this bit's just going to be bright, I take it. But I'll advise you when we're heading into his Mind Palace. That music feels even a bit old for him. We're not supposed to hear their conversation. I hope none of this music's copyrighted. Hey, Daddy. It's an interesting song. And the lights are out. I'm just with the lyrics of this song, it's a little bit worrying, the content of this song. With the kind of chorus thing. Oh, here. Not sure, I'm not sure those lyrics are, I don't know. Oh, wait, the music's slowing down and going weird. Wow, okay. A little warning about that would be nice.
Nick and I spent so much money on this.
They've still got a Pac-Man machine in here. Or maybe they brought it back because he died and it was his favourite thing. Can't do anything with that. Oh, could we play a game of pool? Slightly short back corner leg gives an advantage to regulars. Wait, so it tilts to one corner. We can't play a game of pool. What does that say? Warning for drunk customers. Doubt they read it. We can't read it either. Wait. If you... Can't see that. If you... Something vomit splitting, please find something. Find the mop. It should not be this hard. Got an article of Nick's there. A Basswood landmark is changing hands. Longtime bartender Ethan Morrow will be taking over the Coal Miners Haven from current owner Carl Edwards. Coal Miners Haven has become one of Basswood's only bars since Prohibition, where it started as a speakeasy. Ethan had this to say about the change: nothing's going to change much. The place feels like home for a lot of folks here. I don't want to change that. He plans to keep Edwards' collection of decorations and hopes to add to it as the years go on. So like, just piling up loads of shit in the bar. This. A look at Basswood, the bar you forgot to remember. It's easy to forget the places that make our hometown feel familiar. The Coal Miners Haven's one such place. The owner, Ethan Morrow, has made sure to stay true to the establishment's name by littering the walls with all the brave workers Basswood has seen over the years. Ethan might not have reached the skies yet, but he remains optimistic. Things aren't easy, but thankfully people still think they can beat me at darts. Give it a chance when you walk by. The prices are fair, and the pictures are really dark. That's a load of mine photos. I can't quite catch what it says. Darts?
Some people can play this game drunk.
Yeah, lots of people can play darts
best
drunk.
at 3 beers.
Oh, different beer levels. There's the sheriff.
Bess always had a soft spot for Nick. I think she liked his work ethic.
See what the sheriff's got to say.
Good to see you. My condolences for your friend. Coming back in town must not have been easy.
It was not.
Officer Stevenson was telling me about
Thought there was something underneath me.
welcoming committee.
It's all right. Declan saved the day.
We just don't want
He did die. He stopped us from having a massive bar brawl.
Don't worry, I won't stay in town long enough for that.
You could just have a massive bar brawl. Just
One quick thing.
Is it worth asking this question to the
Are you
police?
sure it was an accident?
What do you mean?
What are you trying to say?
Why doesn't he just say, yeah, we're sure it was an accident? Why did he react like that?
But listen, Nick's death was an accident. Don't go riling people up. Don't you think you've done that enough to the nice folks around here?
I guess so.
What, by telling them that the mine was killing them?
You know Sam.
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
They're talking about me right in front of me. They said he's chasing shadows that aren't even there.
Should I have brought flowers? Do people expect me to?
That's crazy that they're just talking about me right in front of me. Who's this? Hugh and Kathy.
Pretty courageous of him to try his luck in Basswood, given the state of things.
That was that guy that said
There
about
was
the...
no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce.
Right, okay, so that
But
was
anyone
that's
thinks she's
his
taking his dead
ex-wife. The mother of the girl, I guess. Not much else to see in here. Time to leave. Can't leave. You can never leave. Can we get a beer? We go out the back door. Just take someone's beer.
Nick wasn't drunk, and me? I was drunk as a
Just wander up and just take a random
Samuel,
beer that's lying on the bar.
Samuel, join us. We were just sharing stories about dear Nicholas.
Just
Let me
walk
get
over.
your next round.
Oh, there's a beer. That'll be mine.
Maybe Ethan has a suggestion.
I've already got a
for one of
pint. I
these
don't need
spirits?
another one.
Oh, spirits? Oh, no. Friends drink beer.
We're not down in shots
Yes,
at the
I
bar.
suppose that's fitting. To dear Nicholas.
There's two. There he goes, Luke. I'll get you a drink. He's got a drink.
Yeah, he'd been coming.
It's
in
not a
lot.
very nice looking beer.
Sat right there, with a bad dad joke or two.
With friends, I guess? Maybe Anna.
No, by himself.
Where's this
with his
investigation
laptop
gonna
as his
go?
date.
He never drank alone.
You two were close, though, right?
I was saying initially
What
that
about the man
I was thinking the
outside?
barman looked quite young for someone that's
He
been
had
there
a
10
terrible
years,
memory.
but now you'd see him up
Couldn't
close,
remember
maybe not so
names,
much.
Dates, passwords. Kept his notes squirreled around him like a hoard.
Huh?
He was always
Good dad.
with Joan, though Kathy did the heavy lifting.
Well,
Took her to school, fed her, clothed her, and Nick would pick her up.
he obviously spent a lot of time in his
For a few
bed.
hours, mostly she'd just sit in the office drawing. He'd drop her back off with her mom after dinner.
Greater men have done far less by their daughters. The friend of man, the friend
talking
of
about-
truth, the friend of age, and guide of youth.
What?
Few hearts like his.
Nope,
with
he's straight
virtue
on with some
warm.
poetry.
Few hearts with knowledge so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss.
Is he? Why is there a skull on that?
He made the best of this.
Cool. Do I have to remember that?
That from your eulogy?
You know.
Bit of Robert Burns?
And no, just something I keep on hand for toasts.
Even at funerals.
Good choice. And sorry about that, Sam. I wasn't trying to bring you down.
Have a drink. From that horrible looking pint. Does it even go down?
Put that down! Kathy, what's your underage child doing drinking? You
Is-
have
is
no
she
control
drinking?
Over her? Anything
Is she drinking? Or is she just sitting at the bar?
Joan! Leave me alone. Ugh, you guys are all so stupid!
You do not talk to people
You're all so
that way.
stupid! That didn't go very well, did it?
I'm sorry, everyone. She's just so...
Upset?
so...
About her dad dying? I imagine.
That was quite heavy-handed. I hope the little one doesn't take it to heart.
Well, I think she probably already has. Who was harsh? Who was harsh? I think Declan was a bit harsh, to be
Declan
honest.
sure came at her with both barrels. Joan's tough, though.
Yeah, but should she
She'll
be?
be okay.
Should we just rely on her being tough? It looks like... the hell? Why is everybody shuddering and juddering and moving around weirdly? Is this what happens to him when he's drunk? Well, that's true, you know. I didn't know if she'd actually taken a drink out of the thing or not, because when the camera came round, she was, I don't know, she was at the bar, but yeah, not very clever.
What?
So for a guy who didn't want to stay in town, he's made sure that he's not going to be driving anywhere for a while.
Everyone you've been avoiding. Even if the years
Also,
didn't
can I just say
seem
his
very
conscience is a bit of a
velocity
dick?
as I hoped.
Just shut up. Coming back to Basswood was your idea.
You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Deep down, you've been looking for a reason to come
I think
back.
they've changed the sound of his voice so that it's obvious that the voice is in his head
Those
rather than...
long nights inside your head, huh?
Hey, I
Didn't ask you to come.
I didn't
Who is that?
ask for you to be here. To come back.
I couldn't let you miss this.
She definitely had the glass in her
Just
hand, though, to be
showed up.
fair.
You can't see it now, but the guilt would have eaten you alive. You're back out in the world, feeling emotions.
That would be alright in like a
feeling
private party
that's
here, though,
progress.
wouldn't it? But not in West Virginia, I guess.
Pointless talking and more talking, and no one says what they mean. Go away. Let me enjoy.
Is he talking
being
to himself or is he talking out loud
Just try
so that
and
everyone
make
in the
sure
bar
you
can
don't
hear
do
him, do you
anything
think?
Stupid. No promises.
I mean, he's already drunk about 6 pints, so I think he's already entered the realm of doing something stupid when he's supposed to be driving about. 9:15. Oh no. We were supposed to check out.
Sir, we need the room.
Yeah, get out.
No.
No, stay out.
Stay out.
This is my room.
Before we charge you for another day.
You're gonna charge him for another
Okay.
day, but you need the room.
Monsters have a checkout at 9.
You probably should have checked that before you chose the hotel, to be
What
honest.
happened last night? Oh, my head.
Motel?
Pills plus
Maybe.
drinking. That was not my best idea.
Yeah, taking his
blackout or
medication and drinking probably wasn't a good idea, no.
I can't think straight.
Take a look outside. Why is it so bright outside? Because
Water on my face.
it's bloody daytime.
Clear it up.
Why it's bright outside? Because it's daytime. Walking very slowly. Here, can you look at the alarm clock, please?
Late for checkout. They can wait a bit more.
Well, they can't really wait a bit more. You know, they've got other guests. Go back to sleep.
God, didn't even get under the covers. Glad I even made it to the bed.
He's walking very slowly. What's in the fridge? Anything interesting? Oh, bright light.
There be water.
Beer, snacks. Beer and snacks. No water.
No food. I'll just throw it all up.
The only option we've got is oh wait, what's that?
Is that? No, that's not water. That is vodka. The opposite of
We
water.
definitely don't want to drink water. Vodka, should I say?
No more beer. I need water.
Well, there's no water here, so
No water. Of course.
go in the tap. Get the water out the tap if it's all right.
Just tossed on the floor. My mother would be proud.
Where's his shirt?
At least it won't take me long to get my things.
Yeah, he didn't bother getting anything out of his bag, so that's not an issue. He could walk a little bit faster. Look in the mirror.
I was at least hoping I'd look better than I feel.
Ah, you look like crap, mate. Inspect the sink. Now a monster will appear behind him in the mirror.
Already feel more human. Now, where did I put
Yeah,
my
that's the question
shirt?
I want to ask. Where did you put your shirt? Oh, you put it in the bath. That's good. Get dressed in the bath. Oh no, it's covered in blood. I can't actually see what it's covered in. It's in the shadows. It is covered in blood. Did he murder everyone at the bar before he left?
That's not good. That's...
It's raspberry jam.
Get this.
The plot thickens.
What did I do?
I don't know. You can't remember whether he killed everyone the night before in the bar. Doesn't have his blue t-shirt on now. His mind is shattering. What's this? What's all this? It's like bits of him are falling off. What's this? Who's coming? Who is that? Just run. We don't know who it is, but just run. What are we running from? From whatever it is that we did. It is very dark here. I think it's supposed to be, but... Right, what are these mirror things? What is that? Can I go around it? I don't think I want to run into that. We're still being followed? Right, so... Ah! What happened? Oh, it's still coming.
Sam, be
Run.
more careful. Breathe. Focus.
So I'm not supposed to run into those things then? Okay. Supposed to avoid them. These ones that are like 3 right next to each other are quite difficult to avoid. He's still catching me. Oh, what's that? Steady yourself. Maybe I got smashed through that one. Okay. So what is this? We're running away from what we did? He's not giving up yet. Danger! Behind you! I'm a killer! Who's a killer? The guy following me or me? Prison! You're a murderer! Give in! Can we just give in? You're not too late, Celtic. You've not missed a huge amount. Still there. I have to do that whole bit again.
Find the way to calm down.
Running through this corridor is difficult. Like, the controls are not very responsive for running away. Jail time, death row solitary, or death. Fuck! You're not too late, Celtic. You're,
Sam, focus. You have to find the right door. You need to steady yourself.
Right, so there's a door, there is a right door. I guess it's one that gives you, like, positive messages of support. Not jail time, death row solitary. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Run and hide, hide and riot, hide and run. Take control! Oh, we were close. I think we've got more. He's still coming. So this is us running away from our problems. Oh, these ones are moving. That's alright, Celtic. That makes sense. You know, if someone's had a big sort of event stream, that makes absolute sense to me. Ah! I looked away for a second and then... Yeah, this bit's really annoying. No, that's alright, Celtic. You're here now. It's good to see you. Prison. Give in. Stop and accept your fate. Ah! Whose blood? I don't know whose blood. There's no hope for you. Oh, focus. Focus. Are we done? It's bright. My eyes. But I hope you're having a good night though, Celtic. Right, so now we've got three lights, 3 mirrors.
You're doing good. Really good. You're almost there.
What am I doing now then? I got to make a decision. Very dark. All you can really see are these mirrors. All I can see as well.
Choose. Act. Deliberately.
Right, what's this guy got to say?
Face what happened. Answers.
Seems like that's probably the best option, but let's see what the other ones are. I assume these are more options anyway.
Hide. Never happened.
Oh, nice, good stuff.
Going on.
Hide, it never happened. Well, something happened. I'm sure you'll get round to another stream soon enough. Run away fast as I can. Isn't that what's caused him most of his issues? Running away. Seems to me that running away has probably caused most of his issues. Let's go this way where it says, face up to your problems. Well, I mean, you still get to enjoy...
Good.
You still get to enjoy the stuff off stream, right? Find your way out of the infinite hallway without help. I feel like there was a bit of help when it told me to pick the right thing to run into, but, you know. As long as you get enjoyment out of the stuff all the time, then it's okay.
I know what you're thinking. Stop thinking.
Well, of course you do, because you're inside my head.
Alcohol, you're lucky enough you didn't wake up dead.
I need to know what happened last night.
We need to
Last
know.
place I remember is the bar, so I'll start there.
The squeaky nails.
It's still earlier in the year as well, Kelly. We're only in the first month, so... I know how to blend in.
I can poke around without making waves. Mostly.
Yeah, but now everyone knows who he
You're
is.
great at finding facts. Not quite so good at blending in.
Mm.
I can't just run from whatever this is. So either help me or get out of my head. It's your life, Sam. I just live here.
It's your life. Aye, that's true actually, isn't it? That's true. But maybe face it up to... Well, we kind of need to know what exactly he's been doing, though. You know? Why did he wake up with blood all over his clothes? Go in the pub. What's happening in the pub? Why are we going in the back of the pub?
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Well, I mean, there's not much that's going to
Do you really
change.
think breaking and entering is a good idea?
Used Ethan's hidden spare key, no breaking involved.
But
I don't
entering.
know if you'll see it that
It's
way.
definitely entering.
I could wait for the bar to open, or I could look for answers. I picked the latter.
What happened? What if it never happened at the bar? What if it happened between the bar and Cleaning products. Not used effectively given the smell. Beer kegs. Know the taste too well. Main room door. Open. It's totally dark there. Is this game going to be done in complete darkness? Oh no, look.
What happened here last night?
A table fell over.
Look around. Figure out what happened.
Okay, so we've got some spilled glasses.
I ended up drinking alone. So who brought that second glass?
Who brought the glass there? I guess this is where we're starting to investigate a wee bit. Not sure which of these bottles was a mistake. Baseball bat. Possibly risky to linger. Cash register. It looks intact. Let's not nick anything out of the cash register if we can help it. There's a mop. Ethan tried to clean up. Before or after the accident? I mean, he would have had to have cleaned up anyway, right? Right, that's what you usually do. The memorial got knocked over.
Ugh. Did I do this?
That's not
Sorry,
good.
Nick.
Nick's memorial got knocked down. What's that on the floor? Is that like an ashtray? There's some upturned furniture. That's a clue.
These were sent scattering. Someone thrown into them?
Or was I thrown into them, maybe? Nothing. Probably shouldn't stand by the door. You know, cars are passing. Or anything else of interest? Where were those guys? Where were those guys sitting? Is that a broken bottle on the floor?
It might have fallen off the table.
It's exactly where those guys were sitting. That tried to start a fight. A jukebox was moved slightly, connected to the fight. I don't know. Maybe somebody was playing music they didn't like. Oh wait, we can play Pac-Man. Let's play Pac-Man. If I can. Start playing. Let's do it. Yes. Watch out though. It's a mistake. We're alright. Gonna get caught again. Not got caught at all, yeah. No, don't chase me. Whoops. What stole the fact on the Pac-Man name? Or that it was like Pac-Man or whatever. And they changed it because of the possibility for somebody to say the wrong thing. Ah! I'm dead. The high score was 2,500 and we got 2,500.
Chasing
That's enough.
and being chased by ghosts.
No, that's it. They definitely knew arcade audiences, didn't they? Did anyone smash anyone in the face with a pool cue? No. Is there something else? Maybe there's something behind the bar? No. Are there other clues that I need to find? I assume there are. Yeah, I mean, they were, you know, it's understandable when you look at it that way. Oh, wait, what's this? Add a clue.
Ripped.
The seat was
Happened
ripped.
yesterday, or was it always like that?
Well, is that a clue then? Is it a clue if you're not sure whether it was always like that or not? I mean, saw the broken glass. I don't have to add that as a clue, although I would have thought that's more of a clue than a torn chair.
Seems some people got rowdy last night.
And there's not that. We did Pac-Man. There was no real reason to do Pac-Man. Is there anything on the floor? Oh wait, there's another oh, broken clock. Here we go. That's the other clue.
Knocked this clock off the pillar.
Probably whoever got thrown into that table, I would have thought.
It could explain the blood on my shirt. Does it mean that I was involved?
Seems like
I won't be able to find out without more evidence.
Broken glass. I certainly was, anyway. Is that all the evidence? So what do I do now that I've got all the evidence? Or is it not all the evidence? Oh, inspect the stage. Oh. Flowers.
Flowers are ruined.
Oh, there's a bracelet over there.
Looks like they were knocked over, then stepped on.
A DG bracelet. Dolce & Gabbana.
Dennis's initials. Was he involved in what
Dennis.
happened? Wouldn't surprise me.
No, doesn't like this Dennis guy. Have I found all the clues? Wait, there's something over there. Sticky floor. Dried alcohol. Could be... Oh, wait, there's something else. A mess. Beer. Spilled on the floor.
The wig Nick would have wished for.
I don't know. If he liked bar fights, maybe he would.
What a mess. Hope
More
this
empty
wasn't
bottles.
me.
Hughes business card. Basswood Pharmacy. Drink plenty of water. Great for a headache. That's a clue.
Hughes business card. Wonder why it's here.
Who knows? Beer. Doesn't seem to be much else. We've got a business card. We've got that. Did anyone throw any darts at anyone's head? No, there's no darts on the dartboard. Is that important? Anything down below? I think it's interesting. The barman's got a baseball bat as his defensive weapon of choice. I presume once we've found all the evidence, it'll do something else. But... Wait, is there something else on this stage? Wait a minute. That guy's thing. Flowers.
The flowers are ruined.
Flowers are ruined, yeah. Someone stepped on them.
Knocked over, then stepped on.
Oh, here we go. Blood.
Could be the same blood that was on my shirt.
Could be.
The pot
Flower
was
pot.
completely shattered. Looked like it might have been kicked.
Picked a plant pot. What about the board? Can we look at the board on the floor? Oh. Like, seriously, what's... Sign-up's free for open mic night. Good. Wouldn't be much of an open mic night if, suppose you would have to pay some places, but... There must be more. But what? Alright, this is starting to get annoying. Inspect that mess again. Beer.
Definitely not the wig Nick would have wished for.
Yeah, we saw that. Beer mats. Somebody's business card. Some empty bottles. A chair. Broken glass. He did say that that was moved. Was there a reason the jukebox was moved? Joel's cap. Ah.
Joel's hat.
So that guy Joel, who was trying to start a fight with him. There we go. It looks like we've completed our investigation. That's gone blue.
I think I've seen enough
And it's
to put
gone.
together the pieces of what happened last night.
Have I?
Just gotta think it through.
Press RB. We're going to the Mine Palace. Brightness warning.
At least I can always count on this place to make sense.
Can you? Alright, so the place looks, it's all like stylized and all kind of extra bright and stuff all over the place.
What happened while I was blacked out last night?
Right.
I just need to think it through logically, throw out impossibilities.
If he was drunk, how's he going to remember?
Until only the truth is left.
See.
I know I got into a fight, but it could have played out.
Maybe I didn't get into a fight at all. Maybe I was helping someone who got wounded.
Through. Find out what really happened.
And that's always possible, right? Answer the question to start forming a hypothesis. Started here. Did it start here?
My ends here. But there's two glasses. Who was here with me?
It started here, because this is where we were sitting.
I was drinking on my own when someone approached me. I can't remember who it was, but I know we got into a fight. Obviously.
Well, it doesn't... We don't know that. It could have been... somebody else that got in a fight. So if we were at the bar and a fight started, I guess someone went over there towards the tables.
How the fight went, I should figure out who my assailant was.
Where did the conflict go? Well, what do we think? I reckon it's got to have gone to these tables, right? Maybe someone's pushed someone. But
Something
towards
hit
the
the pillar
pillar.
with enough force to make the clock fall. A person thrown into the pillar would do it.
What about this one? Let's say towards the pillar. Where did it end? I mean, this looks like the most obvious. Near the jukebox? Did it maybe it must have gone from here to the jukebox.
The jukebox is not in the same place. Maybe it was.
We've got
involved in a
across
fight
the bar
somewhere.
like that. And this
That
is
could
all
be it, but I still have to
speculation
figure
though,
out
isn't
who
it?
was sitting next to me.
Who was implicated? We had Dennis that we thought might have had something to do with it. Whose bracelet fell off. But if we think that we went over there, we found Joel's cap on the ground. Have we gone the right way with this? If I'm saying we went towards there, it has to have been Joel's hat.
Joel's cap. Maybe he provoked me again after I'd had a few.
And then brought him over there. Yeah, but do we think this? I mean, it could be that. We know that he was kind of looking to start a bit of trouble. But I would have to say that I think the fight would probably... I would think that the fight would probably not go well against an old miner. So I'm not sure that's the right answer. I can't change... I don't know. Can we just try it? Let's validate it. That would make sense for knocking over the table. Lock. And then into the jukebox. That seemed likely, but what happened with that? Why did that happen?
If the fight had ended here, the bar wouldn't be such a mess.
No. So maybe instead of that. Well, I think it went that way, but I think maybe it went to the stage instead.
Looks like not even the memorial board was spared by the brawl.
In which case, the guy's bracelet would be the thing. Through the thing. But then, in which case it's not Joel. So what happened with Joel?
That's Dennis's.
His bracelet was there.
I wanted to shut him up last night.
Let's say it's Dennis, who was a bit drunk anyway. Do I have to validate each choice? Where did the conflict go? Towards the pillar. That went to the stage. And then that got smashed up. So yeah. Who was implicated? Dennis. Oh, there we go. Validated it.
Now.
How do we know that that's right? This is the complete picture. But how do we know that that's right if he doesn't remember? He's piecing it back together in his mind palace through conjecture.
He talks to himself as an idiot for an
Fuck
audience.
off, Dennis.
I see why you
Talking
have
to himself,
many
so
friends
they
like
did hear him.
Yeah, you would know about that.
At least my best friend never slept with my ex. Who do you blame more, huh? The backstabbing asshole or the bitch who...
Nice. Smash him into the table. So what happened with all the others? Did that cause a massive brawl?
Don't talk about Anna or Nick that way.
You think you know who Nick was? Mr. Perfect?
Mr. Perfect? Not the wrestler.
No idea. No one in this town does.
What are you talking about?
I'll show you. But not here. Meet me later at the...
Sam! But what about the blood? There was no blood there.
Ethan is coming back in through the front. At least I think it's him.
Yeah, we
You
should
think it's him?
probably get
I
out of
can't
here.
actually tell if you can't tell. What I know for sure
Well, that's
is
interesting.
if it's Ethan, he may not be happy to find you here. So I strongly suggest you leave.
Let's leave
If you don't,
discreetly.
I don't have time to lose explaining myself to Ethan.
Just get out of here discreetly. That makes sense though. He can see him outside, but because he can't see him, he doesn't know if it's him. That makes some sense. Are we going to have to do lots of those chase sequences again, do you think? I'd rather not have to do that over and over again. So somehow we've come to the conclusion that that guy did it, and apparently that was the right choice. That's cool. But it didn't look like that would have put a lot of blood on his shirt.
I come back on the town's Miners' Day celebration. Well, you always did have great timing.
Yeah, they're not gonna want him about while they're celebrating the mine that he closed.
Focus. You tried Dennis's cell phone. No answer.
Maybe he's dead.
So what now? There's that coffee date with Anna. Anna might have to wait. I want to see if anyone has seen Dennis first.
She said 9:30 for that, right? He's done all this in 15 minutes.
Just remember, she's expecting you. She's extending the olive branch. Don't drop it.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be tied down to this though, does he?
I still have time before meeting Anna. Might as well ask if anyone saw Dennis.
See if anyone's seen Dennis. Not too many people about. There's a guy across the road there. Drugstore. Kathy's workplace was on the brink of closing 2 years ago.
Kathy will know something.
Maybe. Oh, she probably will. So she's a. I was going to say she's a pharmacist, but no. So the pharmacist is.
The perfect toy for a kid who only had imaginary friends.
We have a ride on the spaceship. Okay, let's try the drugstore. See what's happening. So Kathy was the one. Oh no, that's his the guy's ex-wife, isn't it? They've got some candy there called Jolly Candy. Like Jolly Ranchers. Well, at least I assume it's Jolly Candy. It's got a price ticket over it, so I can't really tell.
Yo, get out the way.
What? What'd you say, mate? Get out of mine.
Move. I'm the one coming in.
Fuck you.
What? No, fuck you, mate. Fuck's this guy? Just walk round, mate. Plenty of room. Oh, prick.
Kathy and Hugh were both at the wake. I should talk to hiking.
Hiking trail maps.
Best done alone on a Sunday afternoon.
As long as you tell somebody where you're going. Celebrity magazines, fluff journalism. He'd know all about that. Kathy's glass jar.
Bug made that for Mother's Day years ago, and Kathy still keeps it with her.
Oh, right, okay, so it's like a gift. Should we just interrupt the conversation? Candy bowl. Makes children feel better. We've got Hugh that we can't talk to. He's got one of those diplomas that he bought online. Hey, how's it going, Dar? How you getting on? How you doing?
Sam, you here to pick up something for your condition?
I have a condition.
Hope you're having a good night.
Yeah, the one that makes you the way you're always so... you?
This is that woman that was
Alright.
comparing the body, the guy burning to death to like a ham or something on the table.
It's where your intestines starts to dissolve.
My intestines are dissolving. What's she on about here?
Starts to leak out into your blood.
Let's listen a bit longer.
I'm trying to find...
Oh, you played Star Wars Galaxies? Alright.
Can't hurt. I'm glad someone took
How are
over
you getting
this
on with
old
that?
drugstore.
Is
Can you
that?
imagine?
I thought that.
This town without a
Oh,
pharmacy would be like, well, me with a hole in my gut.
I didn't realize that was still about. Getting drunk by yourself.
I'll just check the internet when I get home. It'll tell me what to get.
It was...
Oh, the new server for it. I noticed that. I was looking at, thinking about like older games with that.
Oh yes, always.
I started playing City of Heroes because that been kind of brought back by some people. That might be interesting. I quite liked a little bit of Star Wars Galaxies briefly. I didn't play a lot of it though.
To end up in those once they get black lungs.
I haven't played a lot of those kinds of games, to be honest. Right, can we speak to this woman behind the bar? Aye. Yeah, I think there was a couple of us that played it at the time, wasn't there? But yeah, it's kind of back, but it's not really the same, you know.
She followed Nick to Basswood, but never liked it.
I think a lot of people kind of just didn't come back to it. I thought we were going to talk to this person. Like they were going to tell us where that guy might be. About time that was addressed. Miner's Day advert.
Miner's Day always ends up exactly the same.
Miner's Day is always the same.
Relaxing in its
What have you been up to anyway yourself, man? Oh, now we can talk to someone. Is he going to remember anything? Is he going to say, "Get out of my place, you started a fight"?
Ah,
Yep, prick.
Sorry about Richard. He's always a little on.
No, that sounds quite good. So have you kind of started right back from the beginning of Galaxies then on that server? Aye.
I was afraid you'd end up like your
That's
friend.
pretty similar to what I'm usually up to be honest. Not so much the drinking part, but the working and the gaming. Yeah. I blacked out.
Honestly, I don't remember last night.
This guy was
You saw
drinking a
me
bit too
black
much
and
as well.
drunk. Not my finest hour.
I would say not. After your barroom brawl, I did my best.
Nice.
To prevent
Just
you
remembering
from
going back through all of the stuff again.
And I tried.
What was it? Because last time I think you did the.
But you would have none of it.
Sorry about that. The man I had a fight with, Dennis.
Because you were doing like a artisan or something like that, was it? Years ago, I remember, or something similar.
Thanks anyways.
That article you wrote.
I just remember you talking about a smuggler, was it? Of course, the kind of Han Solo thing.
You really don't need to say things like that.
But it's true. The mine was a band-aid on
There's
a artery.
Darren, somebody I worked with years ago at when I worked at the cinema.
You probably believe that.
I'd offer you something for that hangover, but I find in some cases
It was great working at the cinema at that time. But yeah, well that's good. I mean, it's quite interesting to get back into that. Yeah, many years. Oh God, how long ago would that be now? I think I was 21 when I started working there, and it was a few years after that you guys started.
A pill pusher who doesn't.
It was, wasn't it? It really was. Like a great group of people all together at the right time. It was fantastic.
Now you have a good one, young man. Was there anything else you needed, by the way?
And then it just got really crap. He's involved in Miner's Day.
I heard you're helping out with the celebration today.
Naturally. It's the town's biggest homegrown tradition. I've become quite a fan.
It's a pity that sometimes you think it's a pity you can't get that stuff back. You know?
No. A celebration of hard work and building something with your.
If you ever
own
went
two
back
hands.
now, it would be probably the worst place in the world.
Romantic. I'm from Florida myself, but it has that universal appeal.
If it works for you.
Anyway, right, that's enough of that. He's not telling me much of anything useful, to
I
be
need to
honest.
get going anyways.
Not a bother at all. It's always a pleasure. Do come see me again.
Aye, that's true. Yeah, of course they don't do that. They don't. Yeah, they don't have that anymore. Everything's all automated now, which is kind of shit, to be honest. Well, or I think like a manager goes in and turns it on or something in the morning. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just not the same at all anymore. I think Kev had that job for a wee while at the theatre cinema doing projection, but yeah, obviously not quite the same sort of thing, maybe. Who else can we talk to? Talk to that person up there. Can we go any faster than this? Oh, there we go. We can run. Yeah, he's moved. He's moved. I think they were saying they were moving to Moffat briefly, and then they were planning on moving to Glasgow.
Don't remember seeing you.
That must have been... God, I can't remember. That was months ago now. Passing through.
I suppose. I grew up here. Been gone for a couple of years.
Aye.
Not staying long.
Wait, you
I'm not sure why they went there. It was like his girlfriend's family must be there or something.
You'd never see me again if I left.
Why don't you then?
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna take my
What are you doing work-wise these days anyway, Dar?
Make a run for it. I can
He's
barely
in
get
the house
by,
for everything.
like everyone else here.
Yeah, a bit of toffee, that'd be
Too
good.
poor to stay, too poor to leave.
A bit of toffee would be good. Right, so who's... Anyway, is there anyone in this cafe that might be speaking sense at all? This... Still Norboard. Ah, right. What was it like for you working there over the last, over the sort of lockdown stuff and all the rest? Was it just business as usual for you guys, or...? Well, you guys are probably pretty well protected from the wood and stuff, from any shavings from the wood and stuff anyway, are you? So a lot of that stuff will probably keep the same off. It's not toffee?
Oh, I've gone and made a bit of a mess.
So what is it then?
Is that you? Dear, please, could you help
Oh, is
me,
it?
doddering woman?
Oh god. It's a boiled sweet. She's not doddering.
You are many things, but
She's not doddering.
Plotting, maybe.
Sam, you shouldn't say such things, even if they're true.
Oh, I know, I'm the same. I've been doing the same one for like 10 years. It's not very enjoyable. Oh, we're going to our Mind Palace. What's this? What's going on? I know I'm the same. I could do with finding something that's, you know, as well, you know, with all the sort of lockdown stuff, I briefly did some work from home. And I'd now kind of like something where I can sit and do work from home, to be honest. I don't think that's likely to happen anytime soon.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you found something else to stick in that box. We're going to Greece, Celtic.
Pony on the
That's a good
animated
choice.
cartoon show, Prancers.
People will be like, it says it's toffee, but it's not. It's like... She worked from home. Ah, right. Because she was working at... was she doing like Sainsbury's or something for a wee while? Or was it the Argos thing at Sainsbury's or something?
Then what is her name?
I'm not telling. What if the
Or is it cheaper to post it from Ireland, Celtic? Argos, that's right. When they had the thing inside Sainsbury's or whatever, wasn't it?
All right, coffee for you and hot chocolate for the young... Is that a comic about monsters?
Is that a comic about monsters?
Tardigrade Man.
Or she's at Cap Gemini.
Almost anything.
Well,
His only weakness is
I enjoyed working there until I
based
didn't.
on the microscopic tardigrades. It has 8 legs and can survive star radiation.
Huh. Well, it doesn't seem like the kind of thing a young woman should be reading.
Seemed like that was a thing, you know,
What can you do?
around the area that everybody's gone through there at one point or another. You know.
I'm gonna study every bug, especially the crawlies. But tardigrade isn't a bug. It's a microanimal.
Okay.
Well, good for you. Sounds like just.
Oh, but that's
what a
good. So
young woman like you
I
should
suppose it kind of works for them because they setting up kind of work from home stuff's pretty good.
Can we play this again tomorrow, maybe?
Oh, did you go as well?
We can play as often as you want.
You promise?
I should say that's kind of the thing, isn't it? Up here, it's kind of two jobs that everyone's probably done. It's either they've worked at a call center, contact center thing, or they've worked at that Inverness medical
Real
place,
intense for a kid, you know that?
Say it.
which is like a place that makes the testing kits for diabetes or whatever. Oh, right, okay. What, you're posting stuff that's not entirely legal, Celtic?
Such a dear.
Say, Christina, have you...
Oh, Sam, it's been years.
We're 2 times on. Yeah, I can understand why you'd want to do it that bit cheaper then. Yeah.
I wanted to come to the funeral yesterday, but just thinking about it, oh dear.
Now, I
Legal from Ireland, but not from here.
Because I want to interrupt her. So eyes on me, buddy. Happy thoughts.
This conscience guy is a bit of a pain in the arse.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the...
Poor Joan, losing her father at such a young age. Oh, what a tragedy.
That's good. Well, hopefully Darcy's enjoying it though. I mean, that'll be good. Black passports, no blue passports. Wait, they don't have purple passports? Well, listen.
Kathy hasn't been all there, if you know what I mean.
Wait, I'm supposed to be asking about
Hopefully
Dennis.
This tragedy will be a wake-up call for her to be more present. She should take a few weeks off to be
I
with
might do
you.
actually now.
I know you.
Now you mention it, because I briefly tried it. I think when you were talking about it years ago, you know. And I am kind of sometimes looking for like that kind of game to maybe try and do as well, you know. I don't think so. So maybe I'll give that a look as well. It's been a long time since I've played any sort of MMO stuff really at all.
You're not her boss. Oh, but you wanted to ask something before?
Mostly playing things like Dead by Daylight.
Dennis, no, it's odd.
No, that sounds pretty good actually. I might give that a shot at some point. See how that looks. That looks pretty good. I was thinking about maybe doing like a I was looking at that wild RP thing as well for like Red Dead thing, but I don't know if I'd be any use at it. Slowly decomposing.
Sitting in my mom's spare bedroom.
Just picking the answers that seem
decomposing
interesting.
into Arrested Development.
Well, at least you're decomposing with family. You look well.
We're decomposing.
Been better. Hungover.
Yeah, he thinks he might have murdered somebody as well.
What's good for that? Coffee.
Coffee.
Not right now. I gotta go.
Got a coffee. Oh, did you? What's that? Yeah. It's hard to say what might happen half the time when I'm playing that game, to be honest. We talk to anyone else? Is anyone else going to tell me about Dennis? Buttermilk biscuits. Anyway, I meant to ask you about Dennis. Hopefully I wasn't doing really badly at the time.
You seem real engrossed.
Yeah, that would have been... I had over the time I was briefly in like a stream team that doesn't exist anymore. I want to ask about Dennis. Is the coffee still good?
You still have Basswood's best coffee?
Honey, you know we've never had
That would have been one of the
That's
raids
over at the police
that I'd had, I think, at that point.
Bess takes her coffee very seriously. Puts mine to shame. She pays out of pocket for real high-end stuff.
So it's a rare occurrence.
I'd never make the margins work. Not that my margins have been cutting.
Difficult to keep up with the chat sometimes.
Anyway, the past is the past.
If that happens.
I just accepted a big business.
It hasn't been in a wee while, so.
Which makes tidying up my books in time extra important, even if it kills me.
You got a franchise deal?
I didn't think
To
I'd
sell
see
the
day
coffee
when
shop?
you'd Consider a franchise contract.
Ha! Only the day God calls for me.
I always think it's a bit nerve-wracking as well when there's too many people in.
Pharmacist. He's helping me with a few improvements. Angel investing. Can you believe it?
I actually can't.
Someone's scamming her.
What did he ask for in return?
Someone's scamming her.
I can't believe you're so cynical.
Yeah, I think that might have been one of the ones when Limmy raided, possibly.
Help each other. Every now and
A
again.
Del Espresso?
That's not just something that happens on made-for-TV movies.
Is that like something out of, that sounds like something they'd make on Only Fools and Horses. Right, Rodders. What's new thing we're doing? Del Espressos. It's been a while, hasn't it?
I feel strange being back here. I don't think I've been in your cafe in a while.
You dares, Rodders? Are you dares, my son? It's a terrible Del Boy accent, and I'm very sorry.
You noticed that?
I could tell you two.
Celtic Del Espresso? I see, I see. Now I
You
understand.
knew before I did.
Is that one of your coffees that you have
One eye on the
in
customer
the evening?
and one eye on the books. Not that I really want to keep an eye on the books, mind you. It's just been a bit.
You make like some
slow.
custom coffees in your virtual thing. Sell everyone coffee from the
That's just a rough
from the
patch.
pod machine.
People will adapt. They just need time.
It's not always easy to look on the bright side.
You know, people do that, don't they? They do like takeaways from their house and stuff like that. You could do like a custom coffee. You could have like a custom coffee shop from your house. People sit outside at wee table. You're not supposed to mix them. Is that because there'd be way too much caffeine in it or something?
Books balanced?
About as well balanced as.
You'd need to also have like a massive mug for that, probably.
That.
Actually, I say that a lot of those pod machines don't make a very big cup, do they?
Something my grandfather used to say. Still don't know what it means, but it works in almost any situation. Say, hun, would you mind if I finish?
Oh, you're not allowed to use them for business. Well, no, that's kind of right, because
Good luck with
I mean, you can, but they won't cover you for any. They do half a liter. Would you? Is that so that when in the morning you can put your flask under it? You'd have to kind of hold it at a funny angle though to get it working. We still haven't found out anything about this Dennis guy that we may or may not have murdered. Oh, there's a plant. That looks healthy though. We didn't murder the plant at least.
It's basic.
Don't know if I'd want half a litre of coffee.
Mess it up. Good to see someone.
Oh, no, stop looking at the fucking plant.
It's basic, yet so many people manage to mess it up.
Just put a bit of water in it. Right, open this door. There we go. It's got that really depressing sort of Americana music in the background. No, that's it. I think, you know, you're not really supposed to use them, because if you said to them if something went wrong with the machine, oh yeah, I'm using it for a wee coffee shop, they just basically say to you, well, you're fucked then, you're making too many coffees with it. But because I've seen people do that, you know, where they buy like a washing machine. I saw something where somebody bought like a regular household washing machine for running a laundrette, and yeah, I don't think that went very well for them. Oh, what's happened here?
Just have you hanging around here all day like a ghost.
It's a free country.
Is it?
Hey,
we're just lying about, lounging around in that.
Complaining, so don't let me see you here again. You
fascist.
What you just?
Oh, they call me fascist.
It's nothing personal.
Nice.
Looks like you're not the only one who started off on the wrong foot today.
Sorry you had to see that. Some people you just can't reason with.
Aye, so they can't just.
Speaking of, you're still in town.
Oh, do they? Oh, alright, okay. So like they've got a business machine that they just want you to spend extra money on the business machine. It's probably the same machine, just seen Dennis today? Let's ask about Dennis, because we haven't asked about Dennis yet.
I wanted to apologize for last night.
Oh well, that's maybe.
Out of his way for a day or two.
So you can't just take it home and stick it in your own. It's a bit interesting to think that there'd be a business machine for like a pod coffee though, isn't it? Because I suppose it'd be easier to make than like a proper coffee machine, but...
A lost soul. Vagrancy isn't a crime, but loitering and trespassing are.
Well, I suppose you can probably order pods in like bulk. I mean, you order pods in bulk anyway, right? But
it's hard when no one is polite back. People call you pig or fascist just for doing your job.
I listen, mate. I don't give a shit. All right.
Declan, I've got
don't give a shit.
Places to be.
I'm not interested in listening to your self-pitying cop routine.
Like I was Christina or something. Woo! That girl can talk. Just remember, this town don't always respect the things you do.
Especially if you're a fascist, mate.
Trust me, I know. I don't want to keep you, officer. Have a good day.
Keep your nose clean.
Keep your nose clean. I'm gonna go over here and kick the shit out of this person. I mean, no. My journal's been updated. Inquire about Dennis is still the order of the day. He's just looking around now to make sure no one's looking before he starts. Oh, the Basswood Jungle. Well, this is the Basswood, sorry. This is the newspaper.
No one works on a Sunday. Well, no one except...
This is the newspaper that he used to work at. Right, so they give you like a bulk box of... yeah. What was it? Because with those pods, like the Nespresso ones and all the rest of it, you have to order like shitloads on the website, don't you? You can't just order like... I mean, I suppose you wouldn't want to order just like 10 or something anyway. How many cups of coffee would you be having a day? We go in the back door of the newspaper. Guess not. I guess not. So where... There's these two guys up here. That's the only other people I can see standing about. The Black Heart Hotel. That's an arrow to a smiley face with an anchor. Smiley anchor. Can I go up there, or am I going to be cut short? Oh wait, who's this? This is, what's her name, Anna's dad. It's Anna's dad. Who does he look like? He reminds me of somebody. Sure.
Joe.
Sam? You old bridge jumper, how you been?
What bridge
What's
jumper? I don't...
2 years,
what
Joe. It's been 2 years.
What does the calendar say? It means how long's it been since I spoke to you, apparently?
Heard you showed up yesterday.
Yep.
Boys give you trouble?
This is a good conversation. Nothing they couldn't handle, apparently. Looks like we
Might
killed
have given
someone,
me a
but
bit of a welcome back.
After the mine closed, well,
he's happy.
it ain't easy to put food on the table. Don't let that weigh on you. No one else has lost their legs recently.
Have you seen Dennis today?
You haven't seen Dennis today, have you?
I wish. Just about the only guy I could talk hockey.
Aye, that's right. That's what I remember seeing, because we did have
I wanna talk
an
football,
espresso
just
machine at
grab
one point, and it
anybody on
was
the street.
so...
Dennis actually enjoys a man sport.
Like, I suppose it's probably not
But no,
overly expensive for what it is, you know, but obviously you had to get so many.
I noticed you weren't at the bar last night.
I thought it was interesting that they made it as well so that you couldn't really, other than one of their own shops, you couldn't really buy them anywhere, you know.
away in my recliner, but I like to come out, see the decorations.
Kind of annoying when there's no shop anywhere near, you know. Was it Aberdeen or something you said was the nearest shop, didn't you? To me, at least. Or was it Glasgow?
After I die. It's good to get out and celebrate your roots every now and then.
Inverness gets
I don't
nothing.
have the same perspective on Miners' Day that other people have.
Don't even have a
Oh, I
Greg's.
suppose you wouldn't.
How have you been?
So, how have you been holding up?
Terribly. But Anna keeps me young.
Aye, well, that's it. I mean, it's all down to what you prefer in the end, isn't it? And if the Nespresso one,
Better than me.
they do seem to be placing it as more of a kind of premium kind of coffee thing, don't they?
Straight shooters are a rare breed these
Which I
days.
suppose it is to some extent.
I like a man that can look me in the eye and say what he means.
I gotta get
I
going.
have
Cheers for the talk, though,
places I
pal.
need to be, but it's good to see you.
So nobody knows where this Dennis guy is, so maybe he's like in a ditch somewhere with his head.
I'll do my best.
Oh.
Joe has no idea where Dennis went. Someone must have seen him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she must mean that he lost the use of his legs. Because I guess the straps are there to keep his legs in position, but yeah, it did make it sound like he'd actually lost his legs, didn't it? Who's this old man?
Hey, can I ask you something?
Hello, young man.
Hello, young
Yes,
man.
you can ask. No promise, eh?
Hello.
Why do you bother cleaning the memorial?
Why not?
Well,
But it's a,
everything has to look its best.
it's a mining memorial. Does it need to be clean?
Especially the miner. I really didn't think it was going to happen this year. Good thing.
Yeah,
that
so
the
it takes in the
brother decided to
right.
help. And besides, that way
Yeah.
people can remember with pride we used to be rednecks.
It's just a smaller version of the shop, basically.
It should matter to every West Virginian.
West Virginia. How so?
And why do you think it should matter so much?
How many West Virginians does it take?
How many? What? How many West Virginians?
This doesn't sound
Isn't,
like a history.
it strikes me that this probably isn't going to be a very good
Answer my
joke.
question, I'll answer yours. So, how many West
How many West Virginians does it take to screw in a light bulb? 2.
2. One to hold the light bulb.
Yes!
And the other to rotate the
No,
planet.
that's a crap joke.
Not bad. The one I have in store is 3.
3? How come?
1 to replace the light bulb. 2 to complain about how the old one was better.
That sounds very familiar to where I live, to be honest. 1 to replace the light bulb, 2 to say the old one was better. That sounds about right. Maybe a bit too
That might
accurate.
be a little too close to home.
My favorite jokes have always been the ones that make me feel a little sad. So, you see
Favorite
what
jokes
I'm
make
here
him sad.
for?
Not doing jokes right.
I'm all ears.
This fella here is a reminder of when coal miners stood together.
Reminder of when coal miners stood together. Minders?
Back
So there's only one of them.
You'd be safer in the trenches than down in the mines.
Yeah, that was odd. The way it was worded is, yeah, it was very much like didn't have his
Forced
legs.
corporations, being what they are, refused and sent strike breakers.
Strike breakers.
Mine wars.
Scabs.
Miners came out in force. Union men. Met the strike breakers over in Logan County.
That's right.
And battered them.
10,000
They had a
strong,
pitched battle with.
and it all came to a head at Blair Mountain.
It sounds like some kind of war. I suppose maybe it was a bit.
Brotherhood. At least 100 men died in that battle. Blood spilled for what we have now.
Fucking hell. Pretty powerful.
Definitely makes for one hell of a story.
It
There's
does.
heroes everywhere. Heroes who died for what I have.
What does he have?
I do my part. Feel I owe it to them.
I get it.
I think you do. Anyway,
Good old local boy.
I'll get back to it.
Gonna give her a real spit shine. You take care now.
I'll take care, yeah. Do with like a seat or something. He's obviously hurting himself doing that. Is this seriously... Is there anybody here that can tell me where that guy is? Can I speak to this person?
No luck so far, but I should keep digging around.
So,
someone must have seen Dennis.
So it's got to be someone in this area. We can't leave this area. We have to... So we spoke to her, she was no help. We spoke to that person and didn't ask about Dennis, and now apparently can't. So that's a bit confusing. Nobody's in this music shop. We went in there, can we... Oh, she's not got a customer anymore. Let's see if she knows where Dennis is. Here's where I go in, and it turns out the view outside's just like recorded. Recorded, it's all... Buy a baseball cap. Talk to Kathy, maybe she knows where Dennis is.
Hey, Kathy.
She doesn't want to talk to you, fuck off!
What can I do you for?
People, have you seen Dennis?
Dennis
Let's ask the most important question first.
Dennis? I haven't seen him since last night. Why? You looking for trouble?
No, I'm looking for Dennis.
Last night we got into a fight. Like a fist fight.
We don't even know that it was definitely
Sorry,
him.
I missed that. You could both use the thumping.
Oh, cheers.
I left early to go check on Joan. Did you
What's that say? Losing just 10% of your body weight can dramatically decrease your chance of heart disease and other weight-related illnesses, it says on that poster behind. A small change can do a lot of good.
Not a little
Calculate your body mass index using this
sneaking
formula.
around and getting into trouble? And now all she can talk about is how you're gonna prove that she's right. Sorry. I know it's not your fault, but I just don't...
Still got that sideways crucifix on.
I don't know what to do with her. She's my daughter.
No, I don't drink a lot of coffee, so those machines don't really
I gotta go.
do a lot for me, I suppose.
Sees me jawing instead of working, I'll get an earful.
So nobody knows where Dennis is.
No one in here was much help.
Well, probably, yeah, you know, because generally with a lot of these things you have to spend a lot to get anywhere. Lose £10, eat this and it'll happen, yeah. Can we talk? We can talk to Hugh again, but I don't know. I should get going. I asked him that question anyway.
I need to get going anyways.
Not a bother at
Lose
all.
£10. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're
Come
doing
see me
there. There's that lady that we spoke to her. She was no help. Who's this person walking slowly down the road? In melancholy fashion. They'll be gone when we go outside. Can we talk to this person? Can we get outside so we can see if we can talk to this person? Not an awful lot going on. And that person is no longer walking up and down the street. That person doesn't exist! It was a ghost. There's him still harassing this guy.
Didn't used to see this around. I'm surprised it hasn't been removed.
Well, it hasn't yet. There's Declan. She jumped up on the roof, like, she did like a Spider-Man thing. She, like, slung a web up to the ceiling. Where else can I possibly ask about Dennis? I feel like I've asked everywhere.
No luck so far, but I should keep digging around. Someone must have seen Dennis.
Is there anyone up at a windowsill or up at a window ledge or anything that we can talk to? There's an awful lot of just running about, going, where am I? What am I doing? Is there any way inside this hotel? Or are they going to tell me I'm not allowed back in because I didn't check out on time? Alright, that's a closed hotel. Right, okay. There's not gonna... Oh wait, there's someone. That's the wee girl. Mark Twain quote, good to see the younger generations open to the classics. If all things I've lost, I miss my... Of all the things I lost, I miss my mind the most. Yeah, okay. There's the guy's daughter.
Hey, Bug.
Bug.
What are you doing out here?
Hey, Muley. Waiting for my mom to get off her shift at the pharmacy. Drawing. I got a new journal.
What's she drawing?
After I left the old one somewhere. See?
That's a pretty good pterodactyl, to be fair. He looks a bit too happy, but pretty good pterodactyl.
Did you get home okay last night?
Yeah.
Random townspeople hiding up on the ceiling. Is he away yet? Is he gone?
Any word on my dad? Did you really look into it?
Nothing yet.
I haven't found anything yet. I don't think.
Let me know if you find anything. Please. I feel like I need something.
Have you seen Dennis?
It's just this town, you know?
Don't suppose you've seen Dennis, have you?
Place. It feels like I'm suffocating. I can't breathe. I can't think.
Ask about Dennis.
I can't stand my mom.
Ask about
I'm at
Dennis.
school.
Why can't I ask about Dennis? There
Have
we
you
go.
seen Dennis today?
What? No, I haven't. Were you even listening to me?
Yeah, no.
I should be
Yeah.
surprised. No one listens to me.
Listening, but I need to know where Dennis
I
is.
just need to find Dennis.
If you
I
hear
think he
anything
might be
about
dead.
my dad, let me know.
Not going to speak to me again.
Otherwise, just leave me alone.
We fucked up. Fucked it all up. Oh wait. That was what we had to do to trigger the next scene, maybe. Working at the cafe most of the day. Really would like to talk if you're still around. We missed, Did we not? We went in there. Oh, she's sitting at the window, look. She's been watching me run up and down this road, avoiding going in for coffee with her. What's he doing out there? Oh, he was coming for a cup of coffee. That must be a little bit annoying. Can we talk to Anna's coffee? It's empty.
There'll be a few more cups before she leaves. Some things never change.
Talk to someone else. There's not so much investigation going on in this game as I hoped there would be, to be honest.
Sam, glad you came.
Of course. I said I would.
And at the moment, it's not. There's
I
nothing
can still be glad about it.
particularly well. Okay, the interesting thing about the story is that he might have killed somebody.
So, I hear you got in a fight after I left the wake?
More of a scuffle.
It was.
Don't say he had it coming.
Scuffle.
I fucking had it coming.
Tit for tat.
Oh, well, if it was just a bit of friendly fisticuffs.
Yeah, I don't know if I could call it friendly. You haven't seen Dennis today, have you?
Why? Afraid your powerful blows laid him up?
Maybe. Can you do me a points deal? What kind of deal were you thinking of?
An article on how nature does its
What's it
best
gonna
to
be?
reclaim the land after a strip mining operation. Why are you looking for Dennis? I can tell something has you spooked.
What kind of deal are we talking about here?
Go on. Tell her. You could honestly use a
Confide in him.
non-imaginary
Yeah,
person
because
to confide
he's
in.
not. Yeah.
She might slow me down. Or try to involve the cops. She might do those things, yes. Or
What kind of deal are we
might
talking
be
about?
someone who you can trust. Who can help.
May as well tell her. We may as well tell her.
I woke
We
up.
need to get somewhere with this idea.
My shirt was covered in blood.
Now I'm dreading what might be coming.
What happened?
I don't know. Last night, pills and alcohol mixed. It's all a blur. That's why I'm looking for Dennis.
Have you tried the Basswood Jungle? He likes to work weekends.
It's shut.
No, not yet. I'll do that.
But we
right
went
now.
there and we said it's
Anything I
closed.
can do to help? Oh, nah. I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, Sam, what have you done?
Hopefully nothing. Hopefully we've done nothing. You do a posture check and a sing mode. If you do a posture check and a sing mode, can you get a sing without music? Ooh, and when you get 2,500, you'll redeem sing mode, which I don't have to do. Or Lynn could just do the sing without music for you. There you go. And you can do the posture check and the sing mode too. It's for a special reason. I'm a little concerned about what the song might be. There you go. Lynn sorted it all out for us. See if Dennis is at the jungle. I was going to say you probably could, to be honest, but Lynn got there for you. Took a wee while for that to come up for me. Did I just wait? Bat out of hell. Oh god. Do you want me to sing Bat Out of Hell without music? Without music. Okay. You've got it. It's going to be embarrassing, probably. Okay. No, it wasn't going to be the fucking long version. I mean, it could have been. Okay, so let's get into the right frame of mind for this. Okay, here we go. You ready? Let me just get into the right frame of mind for this. Here we go. The sirens are screaming and the fires are howling way down in the valley tonight. There's a man in the shadows with a gun in his eye and a blade shining oh so bright. There's evil in the air and there's thunder in the sky and the killers on the bloodshot streets. And down in the tunnels where the deadly are rising, oh I swear I saw a young boy down in the gutter, staring to foam in the heat. Oh baby, you're the only thing in this whole world that's pure and good and right. And wherever you are and wherever you go, there's always gonna be some light. But I gotta get out, I gotta break out now, before the final crack of dawn. We gotta make the most of our one night together. Over now, you know, we'll both be so alone. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the morning comes. Ba 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 ba. When the night is over, like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone, gone, gone. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the morning comes. But when the day is done and the sun goes down, the moonlight shining through. Sorry, I couldn't hit that note. And like a sinner before the gates of heaven, I'll come crawling on back to you. And then I'm gonna hit the highway like a battering ram on a silver black phantom bike. When the metal is hot and the engine's hungry, we're all about to see the light. I've forgotten how long this song was, by the way. Nothing ever grows in this rotten old hole. Everything is stunted and lost. And nothing really rocks and nothing really rolls. And nothing's ever worth the cost. Well, I know that I'm damned if I never get out. And maybe I'm damned if I do. But with every other beat I got left in my heart, you know I wanna be damned with you. If I gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Dancing through the night, dancing through the night, dancing through the night with you. I'm sorry, it is a train wreck. You're right. It is right. You're right. Oh, baby, you're the only thing in this whole world that's pure and good and right. I used to be a better singer than this. And wherever you are and wherever you go, there's always gonna be some light. But I gotta get out, I gotta break out now, before the final crack of dawn. I've lost my place. So we gotta make the most of our one night together. And so you know we'll both be so alone. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the morning comes. And a breath. When the night is over, like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone, gone. I'll be gone, gone, gone. A bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the morning comes. I'm killing my throat. But when the day is done and the sun goes down, moonlight shining through, and like a sinner before the gates of heaven, I'll come crawling on back to you. Is that enough? Gotta stop now. I think there's still 2 verses. Do you want me to sing the other 2 verses? That's enough for you. Good stuff. I'm not sure I could keep my voice going that long. But there you go. Bit of meatloaf for the recently departed. He'll probably have hated it.
It's not worth it. No one works on a Sunday. Well, no one except me.
It was a wonderful tribute. You know, somebody once told me years ago that I looked like Meatloaf, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Locked.
When I had longer hair.
Check the back.
I don't know why, because I really didn't look anything like them. Like him. At any point in my life, as far as I'm aware. Oh, who's this?
What we got here. Showing your
The miners.
face in town again. I thought you were
I'm not sure if it
smarter.
was a tribute. Thank you,
I'm
Lynn,
glad we
for
ran
giving
into
Celtic the
you.
points.
We have unfinished business after all.
Joel, look.
Careful.
I don't
Fuck.
want to have this conversation again. We clear?
Punch him back, mate.
Nice sucker punch.
Take that, you prick.
Got some bite.
Thanks, Lynn.
Well now, seems you want it beaten. I can oblige.
Declan's right down the
Yeah,
street.
Declan's right there. He's on his phone though, he won't even notice. He won't even notice him kicking the shit out of me. He's gonna meet me somewhere.
This is a small town. There's not enough room for you in it.
Looks like it wasn't his hat that was lost, unless he's got another one of the same. You'll have to redeem something for Lynn at some point. I think that would be fair. So where... Use the Basswood Jungle side door. Side door. Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. There's plenty of points to go around anyway. Plenty of points to go round. For various reasons. I keep thinking I want to look and find some other redemptions as well that I can maybe put in.
Been a while. This place used to be my home.
More
At least
Pac-Man
felt like it.
with post-it notes.
Where is Dennis? He should be in here.
Maybe he's dead. Maybe Dennis is dead. You know, they go through this whole mind palace thing as a suggestion of like using these powers of, I don't know, these mental powers to deduce where things are, but we don't use an awful lot of them.
Dennis!
Dennis! Oh no!
Dennis.
I think he might be dead.
What happened? Who?
He's dead, he's not going to answer you.
Is that how I got blood on me? Did I?
Did I kill him, or did someone else and I helped him? Going back into our mind palace. Fuck's this? You killed me. Dennis says I killed him. Why did you do it? He just keeps coming, look. There's too many Dennises. Run. Ah.
You can do this, Sam. When you
I can do what? What am I supposed to do? Run away or run? Am I supposed to run towards them?
Sam, no.
Oh my! I've got to murder all the Dennises.
Sam. Dennis is a.
He's murdering all the Dennises. Can I not murder all the Dennises? Can I run away instead?
Sam, no. Don't focus on me, Sam.
Focus on him.
Dennis is a
Focus on him. Don't.
You got this.
Fucking hell. Where is he? Focus.
Don't give up, Sam. You almost have it.
I'd rather it didn't have like a really like blinding light every single time. Where is he? He's at the back, look. That's really blinding.
deserve.
This is Dennis's
Okay, now
office.
what?
There must be some clues around.
There'll be some clues in Dennis's office. I know. Bloody, those were fucking bright as fuck.
Sam, keep it together. You can solve this.
Now he's going a bit.
Before Dennis dies again.
Now he's going all glitchy. That noise is kind of annoying too.
Chest wound.
Chest
What kind of
wound.
weapon did this?
Looks like a bullet hole. Well, I don't have a gun. What's going on? Oh wait. There's the exit wound.
Gunshot. The bullet went clean through. The killer must have been close. Where did the bullet go?
It wasn't me then. Someone's come in his office and shot him, and I don't have a gun, so. There's a bullet impact.
Small caliber like Dennis's gun. I need to find that gun.
Alright, so Dennis had a gun. Of course, he showed it to us when we were in the bar, didn't he? Shooter's position.
The
Maybe
angle
we can
this
see
was
it.
the shooter's position. Was it me?
Did I shoot him? And where the fuck's the gun? Gotta be on the floor somewhere, right? Unless it got put on the... Is it in the drawer?
There's nothing useful in those drawers. Dennis had his gun on him at the wake.
He did, yeah. So where... So the bullet impacted up there. I don't want to be here. Blood there.
Blood got all over the wall here. Where did the bullet go?
This is quite tense music considering that nothing's actually happening.
The bullet stopped here.
Yeah,
Small
I don't know why, but...
Dennis's gun. I need to find that gun.
Right, now we've got the view back here again. Gun. So you would think it would be near his body. I can only look... So that's as far to the right that I can look. Nothing on his pockets where he was keeping the gun. Or would someone put it back in his pocket so that... I feel like I want to be over there. Oh wait. What's happening now?
Sam, stop it. Come back to reality. But I... You didn't do anything. Dennis was already dead when you arrived.
Yeah, but
can't you see?
that's when we arrived now. He might have been...
Dennis was shot, and you don't even own a gun. How could you have done it?
It's a good point.
All you did was move his body, which is how your shirt got stained.
Well, why was I... Why would I have moved the
Think
body?
about
What
it,
was I
Sam.
doing there
Calm
with the
down
body?
and think.
I think that was obviously... He was a bit... There was too much stress in that situation, so I think probably we weren't supposed to find it there.
You're right. I can see it.
It was like the stress at the moment was causing problems, I
have
guess.
a complete picture now.
He's working. Working away. Pretending that he's typing there, you know. That fake typing that people do when they're pretending they're working. He had his gun next to him on the table, because why not? So what was he writing? What was the article he was writing? Who was he in contact with? We don't know what conversation was, because obviously we weren't there. Hey, yeah, there's my gun, look. What do you think of that gun? It's quite good, eh? Bang. Right. So it must be someone that he knows. Otherwise, why would he give them the gun? The rest of this is kind of an assumption that somebody did something to his computer. Right, so then I came in. And apparently, instead of reporting it to the police, I just left him there. You know, report it to the police when I actually know what's going on. His coat's phasing in and out of his shirt there as well. Not very well animated, that. No, no way to give him Mia's gun.
The blood on the shirt was Dennis's, but I didn't kill him. I found him dead.
So who did he give the gun to?
Blackout drunk, panicked. I stumbled to my car.
I mean, that makes sense. He was
Luckily, I ended up back at the hotel and
panicking.
got wrapped around a pole. Now, I know I didn't do it.
Especially if you didn't tell them until the next day.
I need to search the area. See if I can find out why someone would murder Dennis.
Well, his computer is probably the best thing to look at.
To find out why Dennis was killed, it may have something to do with Nick. Dennis's computer is still signed in. Seems like a good place to start.
Dennis's draft. Gonna be home very late tonight. Sorry, I need to make an asshole understand how the world really works. I won't be up to make breakfast, but there's some waffles in the freezer. And should be some... I don't think that's particularly what we need to know. Is there anything else? Is that it? Oh, welcome to your mailbox. Inbox.
Whatever Nick was
Nick Waldron.
Big, but he said it fizzled out.
Very disappointed. I've decided to drop the story. Turned out it got to a dead end after all. Better luck next time, I hope. Dear Nicholas, hope you had a pleasant trip. You mentioned last week you were on the brink of a big story. Things on our side have been rather lackluster, I'm afraid. I was hoping maybe you'd like to share with this old owl what you have up your sleeve. There's another one as well. Urgent.
Emails between Nick and D.
Nick and D.
Codes.
Dennis.
Nothing stated clearly. They didn't want
It's not a very good code, is it? Hey D.
Smart.
And he wasn't talking in code at all.
Was watching.
Didn't think I'd hear from you again. If you're willing to talk, I'm willing to listen. I can make them meet up tomorrow. Where though?
Puzzle comes together.
Is it?
Dennis was reading everyone's emails.
What?
He found out that
he was
Nick had
spying on
stopped his
people's emails?
investigation like he'd told Walter. And that Nick was still talking to some informant. Then he decided to tell me. And now he's dead. I need to look through any notes Nick left in his office.
So he wanted...
And check Walter's
because obviously I'm somebody who... because I'm obviously somebody who did an investigation that didn't make anyone very happy, he probably
Walter also might have something.
presumably thought I'd be the kind of person who would be likely to help him with his investigation.
You didn't deserve this. No one deserves this.
The footprint there on the floor. Another nameplate. Pile of electronics. A lot of shit.
Is useful to me.
What am I looking at? Search the desk and search Walter's desk. Walter! Okay, so I can't search his desk. I can see a nameplate, I can see his computer. Is this his desk? And then Walter's desk as well. Well, Walter, is he the one in the, he's the editor, presumably. And I would imagine that this is his office. Let's see. Well, we need to know his password. Is it, what's the cat's name?
Around here that hints at Walter's password.
You got your password? If I ever go looking for my heart's desire.
It could mean a person, but also a place.
His heart's desire. I need to know a bit more about Walter before we can come up with that, right?
Words that mean something to him. There's a good chance there's a clue in his office.
Good chance there's a clue. Something about his dream? It's out the window.
So strange how calm it is out there when
someone got killed, yeah. Very strange. There's books and paintings here. Presumably one of them will...
He loves all his first editions, but Alice in Wonderland...
Alice in Wonderland.
Came out on top. Wouldn't be surprised if that was his password.
Okay, Alice in Wonderland. Got paintings, each in a different style.
That was just after Anna came on. And we really were a small clan.
A small clan of journalists. No, that's not usually a thing, is it? Remember the day when Tara decided the Basswood Jungle team needed a photo? Nobody wanted to do it, but they couldn't say no to Tara without a good excuse. In the end, it took her about half an hour to guilt the entire office. Dennis said he'd be in the photo only if you'd be there too. He knew you never liked forced fun. Forced fun? No one likes forced fun. You go to work and your manager's like, "Fun now! Get to the fun!" Okay, Walter's favorite article.
Walter had this article framed after he saw the boost in traffic the Haven got.
I don't think...
Basswood is his blood and soul.
Imagine if his password's the name of the town. Notes.
Just reminders. Nothing that could be used as a password.
Do we really think that he's going to have set the...
A photo Walter took of his first desk on his first day of work.
Maybe it's his desk?
Nick inherited it.
Maybe he loves his desk?
She used to be the office administrator ages ago.
I doubt that's likely. That would be a pretty sad existence if you...
Walter's desk is just like him. Big and full of mystery.
If... Vinyl. There's a note on the vinyl. It's about time somebody teaches you the real classics. Let me know what you think.
His granddad rock.
Best of the Ink Spots.
If so, Walter and Anna are both.
Which song was it again in Fallout?
Good for Walter that Judith is doing all right. She means the world to him.
Can't remember.
So much so that she could be his pastor.
Dear Mr. Dotson, as per your mother's wishes, I'm pleased to inform you your mother's well on her way to full recovery. Following a detailed and thorough medical examination, she's now fit to leave our care. As per my recommendations, Ms. Judith will shortly leave for Costa Rica. The warmer climate will help bring her back to full strength. If you need any clarification, please contact me. Your mother asked me to remind you that your own medical exam with my colleague, Dr. Chavez, is long overdue. Right. Costa Rica. Cat photo.
Bryn never looked happy a day in her life.
Bryn.
Been Walter's cat for years.
Okay.
Maybe he said her name as his pet.
Postcards.
I can't imagine Walter getting a suntan at the beach. He can't stay still.
Maybe Walter killed him. I hope you're not working too hard again. You must visit me in Playa Langosta. Sent his mother to, Sent his mother to Costa Rica. I wonder. Wonderland. Those are the options we've got.
That's not it.
That's not his password. Is it? Does it lock out if we wait too long? I wonder.
And I'm in.
There we go. It's the name of the town.
Let's see what secrets you got in here, Walter.
If you want the least secure password in existence, just one message, just one email. I want to extend my greatest thanks again for your help. You're a scholar and a saint. Looks like I was worried unnecessarily regardless. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Here's the report on Nick's crash. You haven't asked for one of these in a while. Nothing at all interesting here. Just another sad day by the roadside. West Virginian roads. Get more good sons than guns do. Open file.
Mostly standard so far.
Car found against a tree surrounded by debris. Fire started at or after impact and burned out with Nicholas Waldron in the driver's seat, and he looked like a Christmas turkey. Skid marks and other traces suggest the driver was startled by an animal and exited the road at high speed. Next.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. Nick would never drive without his seatbelt on.
Airbags deployed, seatbelt not on. He didn't drive with his seatbelt off. Fire burned out a small area around the car but did not spread. Hadn't known if he was alive at the time of the crash. But if so, did not survive the fire.
The car really burned. Though that's very uncommon in most crashes.
That is a pretty burnt out car. We didn't look at his sent emails.
So, Walter got the police report from Bess. Nick was supposedly drunk at the wheel, which doesn't sound like him. And his seatbelt was off and his windows up, which both sound very wrong.
But if he hasn't been here in 2 years, maybe he's totally changed as a person.
I don't know if I
Doubtful.
I think it's time I check Nick's office.
Nick's office.
Hope he still leaves his notes out.
Which one? Where's Nick's office? Who's Nick? No worries. Understandable. I know that the mechanical ones can be quite loud. This is Nick's office. Nick's drawers. Let's go and rifle through Nick's drawers. Are you sure it wasn't my terrible singing? Okay, there's a code required for that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope.
We need some. We need to know the combination for that.
I doubt I'll stumble on it. I should keep looking.
Post-its.
Valid question. Still not sure.
I know that.
They don't even work.
I know
here
that.
anymore. Someone should really clean up this board.
I just realised the guy in the game's called Nick as well. Of course. That didn't even dawn on me until you said that. What's all this?
Nick's computer.
Some shit's been. This computer's been nicked.
Taken home to work.
Nick's
or
computer's been nicked.
stolen.
I meant Nick in the game.
The only thing she cared about then was looking at bugs and drawing them.
Yeah, so they took his computer away. Suppose he's dead. What does his computer need to be there for? There's Nick's nameplate. But he's got no. Right. So I guess we got a. What? How do I? What does that say when we look at the drawers? Here, this is annoying. Oh. We've got to find... Too easy to access, wouldn't keep anything important in them. Yeah, keep it in that locked thing, but I don't know what the fucking password would be. Nick's nameplate. Nick's cupboard. Obviously we've got to unlock that cabinet, whatever it is.
They don't even work here anymore. Someone should really clean up this board.
Those people don't work here. Is it? Wait, 2341, don't forget.
Nick's handwriting. Always paranoid about.
That's got to be the password, right? Got to be the password. 2, 3, 4, 1.
It was a good guess. Just
Wait, that was the wrong guess?
I should keep looking.
Could it be 1432?
Nope. And with something like 10,000
Well, I mean,
combinations, I doubt I'll stumble on it. I should keep looking.
What's that? What's that for? Why is that number there? If it doesn't, if it's not important. 2341, don't forget. Is that like he was going somewhere at 11:41? There was nothing else to look at on his desk, was there? Oh. Left some pepperoni rolls in the fridge, don't work too late. Next time it's your turn.
Nick, Anna,
a picture.
and me.
114. Oh, maybe 11:41. Yeah, that's true. Oh, look at this picture. That's a good point. Could be 11:41. Take it. Let's take the photo. So then people know that I've been in here nicking stuff out of his office. Hey, wait, there was a photo on that desk before. Now it's an empty... That's even worse. You know, at least if he took the photo, they might be like, oh, I wonder where that photo went. But to have gone and taken just the photo and left the frame...
Nope.
Nope, not that.
10,000 combinations, I doubt I'll stumble on it. I should keep looking.
That's interesting. Don't forget, he says. Why? That must have been him meeting somebody. I mean... I don't know. What's that noise? There's like a beeping, like a message left somewhere or something. Got the dead guy over there. Ah! What else? Was there anything else on this board? Like down this way? That was all, wasn't it? It was just that and the two notes. What would you say? What would you say you do here? And I want to go home. 2341. Don't forget. And that's not his password.
If I had the code, I could get in here.
Do we have any other? Search Nick's desk. I mean, I'm at Nick's desk. Wait. I've searched his desk. Maybe I've not searched. Maybe I've not seen everything on his desk. We saw the computer cables are disconnected.
Took it home to work or stolen?
Or maybe, you know, maybe it was his employer's.
The only thing she cared about
Yeah,
then
we saw
was
that
looking at
already.
bugs and drawing them.
Can we open the drawers on this side? We got that note, which we already read. I don't really see what. None of that seems to be too easy to access, so he wouldn't put anything in his drawers. Nameplate's nothing. The only thing we have is the board. And that, but there's nothing on his desk that seems to be any use.
Nope. And with something like 10,000 combinations, I doubt I'll stumble on it.
341. Could be. No. I don't know. Don't understand. Comes a point eventually where you think you might need to look up the answer just so we can move on, you know what I mean? Oh, there's a diary. 3121. I don't know whose diary that is, but 3121. It might be his daughter's diary, actually. She got a new one, didn't she? Let's try 3121. There we go.
Your obsessive snooping pays off.
His daughter wrote down the passcode. Right, but is this going to help us?
Extensive records of his work. He was almost obsessive. How could there be so little information regarding his last investigation?
3 folders. Maybe he'd only just started on it. Unemployment skyrocketed after the mine closed, very normal. Flattened out in the last year or so. On the rebound, numbers looking good. Trend or outlier? Need more data points. Right. Well, why would something about...
Nick was traveling all over. Train tickets,
about employment,
bills, out of state.
where he's saying it's getting better.
He was tracking something. Or someone.
Name of passenger Nick Waldron from West Virginia to Florida, train 254. Then there's this. 1:27, 8 PM with D, twitchy guy, but might have something useful. 2:12, 5 PM, second meeting with D. This is actually something, assuming he's not full of crap. Always wants to meet in spooky spots. You're onto a different whiskey. Onto a different whiskey. Mixing your drinks a wee bit. 10 AM with D, had to buy him breakfast. Well, not really. Had to buy him more breakfast. He said he couldn't meet up anymore. Seems like a dead end. 4-1, thought I'd lost him. Glad he's open to talking again.
Nick had a contact. Same name as in the email.
D, but what does that...
He was onto something big.
I've got a bottle down here that's almost finished. And I got a litre bottle of Jack Daniels at Christmas. Is that it? Is there more to this? We didn't look at this one, but I don't know if that
was
would...
looking into the impact the closure of the mine had on Basswood. What was he looking for?
So he was wondering why the employment went up. Oh, the crime index. The crimes went up and then down. Why did they go down? Satisfaction survey went down as well. I mean, does that not pretty much tell you why the crime went up? I'd have thought.
Nick was traveling all over.
That's all we've got
Train
there.
Tickets, hotel bills, out of state even.
Well,
was tracking something.
I mean, that's everything, isn't it?
What Nick was looking into was something big and dangerous. It's why he
Looking
was
at
so
something
careful.
big and dangerous. Dinosaur. Maybe it was a big dangerous dinosaur. Probably not though. I've done everything, so what am I supposed to do now?
So, did you come to the logical conclusion to this mess
Yeah,
we're in?
somebody was researching something that got them in trouble.
Just a hint. We should get out of town immediately.
We should leave. Just get out. Nick was in over his
Nick
head.
was in over his head. Working on his own might have ended badly for him. Exactly. Like I said, you should get out of town.
Oh.
And the details of Nick's death, it doesn't sound
These earphones aren't the most comfortable, I have to tell you.
2 years is a long time, Sam. He may have changed more than you know. Changed decade-long habits. I need to go to the crash site. Just remember...
Go to the crash site, pal!
Sam?
I was saying I watched, Oh shit! We've been caught! With a dead body!
What happened? Is he...
We're fucked!
Listen to me.
I didn't do it! I was in a fight with him, but I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him.
Anna, I did not
I didn't kill him.
Dennis.
Oh my god, no. It's...
No,
How could
no,
this
I didn't do it. I said I watched, finished watching through like the Trailer Park Boys
Not
today.
much we can do right now.
I watched all of it now, so now I need to work out what's next to
But I
watch.
was so drunk, I arrived late, and the person that actually showed up killed him.
Your bloody shirt was clearly...
I've seen those. They do look really nice. These are like
It links you to the crime
in-ear monitors that I'd
You've been
seen
running
someone
around town all
suggesting.
morning
They're not too
asking about
bad.
Dennis.
They're not
It
too
won't
bad.
look good.
Oh yeah, I could watch Arrested Development, Celtic. Yeah, I could actually.
I thought I did at first. I have
I'd watch the
no
last season
alibi.
of Community because I've still never watched the last
Dennis
season of
had
that.
a family. They have to know what happened.
Is it worth? See with Arrested Development, Celtic. Is it worth watching the newer season that they put on Netflix?
Someone is gonna find him eventually.
I do prefer Over Here usually, to be honest. I just thought I'd try these because they're maybe a little better for this sort of thing.
Efficient and
So
possibly.
I should watch all of it, even the new stuff.
You've already trusted Anna once. I suggest you keep on that road.
So many things on my watch lists on. We have to call the police. We have to call the police.
But not that phone. Use one of the landlines here and don't leave your name.
You remember I'm a journalist, right? I know how to keep things confidential.
Yeah.
Also,
She's a journalist too. We're all journalists in here.
linked to Nick's.
I do usually prefer over-ear ones. I do have these
Crash?
AKG ones, which aren't too bad.
I'm going with you.
I don't know if that's a
Not
good
sure. I might actually prefer the sound from these, to be honest.
It's only fair I do
I might
the same
change
thing.
them out
I'll call the
for the
cops
next time I'm
so they
streaming.
can't track us.
All right.
I had my last pair of headphones I'd had for about 5 years, and one night after a stream I took them off and the ear cup just snapped off.
We are.
Like,
It
it's
barely
me
looks
fucked
like
up.
anything happened.
They were really good headphones as well.
We'll find something. I know we will.
Is it okay if I stay here?
I'm wondering, do you know, Celtic, now you say that,
Sure.
it was around the time that I watched Community that I think I did start watching Arrested Development, and I wonder if that's...
non-reactive thing. I remember, especially how you always...
I wonder if that's what happened with me. Because I was watching shows like that at around that time.
I don't know what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, it's confusing. No, I quite enjoyed Community, but as I say, I haven't watched the last kind of series of it, so... Well, here's the crash site, the alien crash site. The ancient aliens that did it. Oh, do you know what I watched, actually? Just on a complete tangent from something. I watched on YouTube, right?
Nick, I'll get to
What was the pilot for what would later become Pawn Stars?
Gather the clues. Cold, hard, plain facts. That's the only way I know what really happened.
They were when they were like pitching the idea or something. It was Las Vegas Pawn. In fact, you know what? It's like, let me just see something. You know, the guys that give people terrible deals on stuff. Is it still there? That's it, Vegas Pawn. It was the pitch for Pawn Stars. Let me do that. Let's pop that up on here. I'm sure I'll be all right to watch that. Can I mute the sound on this? There we go. Here. Oh, that's an awfully big video. Actually, that's probably okay. That's a bit big, isn't it? I don't want to do that. Is that better, do you think? That'll be alright, we can see the whole video there. So yeah, this was the pitch for Pawn Stars. I haven't watched Wheel of Time yet, Dara. I definitely need to watch that at some point. I did not know Alison Brie went to uni in Glasgow.
Pawn window and asked me if we take gold teeth. So she asked me to borrow a pair of pliers. About 5 minutes later, she comes walking up to the window with her mouth full of tissue paper and clank, 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 drops 3 gold teeth. It's desperation.
So this was like the pitch. I might get in trouble for that. Hang on. There we go. We'll just skip past the Viva Las Vegas because I think we'll be in trouble for
this
this.
business in April of '81.
It's only about 8 minutes long or something, so
Been
we
doing
can watch
it ever
this.
since.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun job. I have a smart ass.
Oh yeah,
son
so this
and
is
a crazy
the
dad.
before they did all the
Run
kind of
argue all
obviously
day
the
and help customers
the
make
stuff that made it go as long.
There's never a typical day. I mean, you have a lot of the same customers, but there's always a new freak and fairy and weirdo. Or
I was a bit confused about the way he's
something like
speaking
that
there,
walks in the
though.
door every day.
What he just said there was a bit kind of, sure about that. Obviously, this is the less glamorous side of the kind of pawn business that they were showing on this pitch.
It's hard for anybody to go to work every day with their father and their grandfather.
Get a tattoo 10 years later and say, why? None of them go, damn, that was a great idea.
I think I probably told my dad I hate him more than I love him.
He definitely does.
Which is stupid. It's really stupid. What about the other really bad tattoos you have?
You know, the only chance I have, the only way I have to move up around here is one of
I
them
watched
dies,
that series. I watched that series. I wasn't a big fan of it. No, I didn't think it was very good at all.
My niece works here.
He had another family member working there. And I'm gonna get caught out again by the music.
Check this guy's grill out.
Do you know what this feels like? Like this pitch for the show. It feels more like what the show like Hardcore Pawn became. If you've seen that one.
Buy that watch for like $500 on eBay.
That one definitely took the conflict side of pawn shops.
Watch. Why don't you buy a Rolex or something?
I got one though. What would you offer me if I was to sell it?
$100.
I mean, like I said, it's just one thing after another.
I'm trying to find a room for the night.
So this is showing the really
Living on Social Security,
that's what the darker side of it, but the fact that most of the time in pawn shops, obviously, a lot of it's more desperation than than look, I've got this amazing family heirloom.
15 American.
And you're getting off in $15 for your thing, and you're, you know,
It's brand new, still in the box.
much more natural reactions, I would say. You know.
I'll try somewhere else.
Well, that's TOS.
It's amazing what people do part with in order to raise a little cash here in Vegas.
A military missile shipping container.
Thailand used to pawn stuff in here.
He pawned his wife's jewelry. I assume, I don't know, that he ran out of markers at the hotel.
I actually have the casinos send people down. I mean, when they've reached their credit limit, you know, I'll get a call
So
from
like
a
casinos,
concierge,
yeah.
and they'll send people down. I mean,
I think I'd have been a lot more interested in this show if it was like this.
Soft point etching by Renoir. There's like 100 of them in the world. Someone just walked in the door with it. I got that from Leon.
You still get the odd big thing,
They said
but-
that was Leon's belt. Here's my Olympic medals.
They're not
These are
yours.
from Joe Green. He won a bronze
He
medal.
might be able to get an
92
Olympic
and
medal
96.
in
It's not really something
negotiation,
I put in
mind you.
showcase. It's like 200-year-old Japanese porn. Some guy walked in the pawn shop and says, I stole this during World War II. Really
That's a
old guy.
believable story.
Can I pawn it?
He just admitted it was stolen property.
Don't have a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, this is a much more interesting sort of take on it, I think. You know, the way they're talking and the way they're doing stuff. And again, I need to skip some copyright music. Oh yeah.
See, that's like Godfather, Richard.
That's the Godfather.
Singer from the Coasters comes to the old man for advice.
So, believe it or not, he's looking at a contract now.
He's,
I opened that
the old man, of
window
course, has died now.
in 1988. And as far as I know, it was the first 24-hour
A couple of years ago, I think,
pawn
was it?
shop in the country.
My name is Charles Ingalls, and I'm the pawnbroker on the night shift at Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. At night, we get more of people that have waited to the last possible moment to
It's a
look
shame.
for money.
And then I think they still...
We're the last chance
Have
that
they finished the
have
series,
to,
or are they still doing
rescue
it?
themselves from whatever situation they're in. At night, I generally am hated or loved. I can't do it. What? Why? Because they're only selling for $398. $398.
Possibly, yeah. At this stage, I think there were some legal issues that might have caused some problems as well.
20. It's the best I can do.
With certain people on the show.
One time, A guy bought a bunch of stuff at Walmart on his credit card. He brought it in here. His grandmother was in the hospital, and she didn't have insurance. I pawned him for him, and then he went out and he stayed up all night. He won $50,000 and came back, got the TVs back, and took them back to Walmart. Yeah, that was ballsy. Sure, we get a lot of ballsy people at night. I mean,
because why wouldn't you just use the money to go to the
this is Vegas.
place instead of pawning
pretty well. I've
for
done
it?
well. You know, we live in a nice 4,000 square foot house, over half acre with the.
Oh, I suppose you can't use the credit card at the.
I keep all my toys in where I got a lift and all that other fun stuff.
Yeah.
So life's fun. Yeah.
And apparently he's got a very
23 years
small
old,
son.
I can't complain. I own a house. I have 2 Harleys, quads, brand new truck. I don't know how to do anything else worthwhile,
Gambling can be a disease, just like
Ah, that'll be why. Yeah, that would make sense then.
drug addiction.
That would make
I
a lot
don't
more
gamble.
sense. I was not aware that
My
would be a
dysfunctional
thing, but now that
family
you
and
mention
running this
it.
place, that's enough of a gamble for me.
But yeah, so that was what they initially pitched, which to me might have been quite an interesting show to see the kind of real side of the kind of pawn sort of business, I guess. But I guess some TV executives at the History Channel thought that wouldn't be very exciting TV. How long have we got here tonight now? Yeah, we still got a bit more time. So here we are at the side of the road. What am I doing here? Investigating the crash site. Where did he go off the road? Is there anything to show me where he went off the road? There's some stuff there on the road. High Street Company with a free 4-day loan. Oh, here we go. Here's a log. We'll add...
Maybe Nick tried to avoid this log. It's a bit far from the road.
Yeah, that seems unlikely. Clearly he's gone through there because those are broken. But yeah, because when you look at a lot of these, a lot of the pawn shows that we're on, as I say, you've got the
torn out.
You've got the hardcore pawn, which is like the Chicago one, isn't it?
Fire shouldn't have been able to spread that far.
All the obviously family businesses, which I guess they probably all are, to be honest.
The tire tracks clearly show where Nick's car went off the road.
Seems to be more about the grittier kind of stuff, or they want
These
to see
road
the kind
signs
of
are intact, not a scratch on them.
I don't know, the kind of trouble people get into at their pawn shops, I guess. So did he go down there? Oh, burn marks.
The car went up like kindling.
How
it was
did
pretty
it?
intense, judging the damages to the area.
Scorched tree.
The bark got badly burnt. Must be where Nick crashed.
That's where he stopped, I think, because the picture showed it just lying at a tree. So, yeah, that is a strange thing to do, though. Still, isn't it? Buy a load of tellies and then sell them.
Debris from Nick's
Well,
car.
you're just pawning them, though, I suppose.
The police didn't clean up very well.
No, maybe they were in a hurry. Anything around on this little path here? We haven't quite got the full picture yet in our mind palace. Right, so we hit that. Is there anything further up? Did anything cause him to lose control up here? Massive oil slick on the road or anything like that? Oh, here we go. Fuel stain.
A fuel stain. From Nick's car? Was it leaking fuel?
That would possibly explain why it went up in flames so quickly. What's this? Yellow and red colour scheme, good and loader. Oh, that would be like cash generator, was it? That was the one we used to have here. It's not here anymore, it's closed. I did buy some decent stuff out of there though in the past. I bought a PS2 for like 15 quid. And it only recently stopped working. 14 days. Right. Or it might be cash converters actually, that's the other one, isn't it? I didn't know how to borrow the cancellation, so you got the money for 4 days free of charge. Nice. Luckily they didn't apply any of the interest immediately. Yeah, that's good. You managed to pay it back. What else? What else is there? Oh wait, there's more. There's more. There's more. What's that?
That piece of wood must be from one of the damaged road signs.
How come that one piece of wood's left? No skid marks.
No skid marks.
Nope,
no
you're right.
trace
No
of
skid
sudden
marks.
braking.
What else? Is there more to this? Guess we're gonna go back down here again. I feel like prior to this game I've heard an awful lot of people using the phrase Mind Palace, a phrase that I'd never heard before. Oh, there's something. A car parked. Oh, that's the hubcap. So what, they never... Right, okay. That's very strange. You caught them at a bad moment, maybe. I'm looking at this... does this log really... Is that log burnt? That log looks burnt to me. Is there anything on this side of the road? Any marks or any stuff lying about that might explain the problem? See, the problem in this is that there's no obvious idea of what you should be looking for. And it's good in a way that it doesn't, you know, that it doesn't hold your hand too much, but...
Fire shouldn't have been able to spread that far.
Yeah, so the fire started up here, clearly.
These road signs are intact.
No scratches, so they went straight through. He went straight through that gap there of the two signs, because obviously there's a sign that isn't broken as well. So he's come off here. How could he have done that? I mean, he could have just come straight down the road and straight off there. I wonder what would have... But the fuel wasn't ignited up the top. So something burst his fuel tank. But the fire started at the top. I think there's anything else down. Wait, what's that? Did I just see something? No. I got to, like, look in minute detail at everything that's going on in this area to try and find... something odd. Just go left and right. Well, that's an interesting way for them to do business, isn't it? You would hope that people would kind of know what was going on, though. Anything here? Wait, what's that? No, that's just the sign. I saw the sign. I don't know if that really helps.
Best to leave her alone.
It's a lot to take in, of course it is. Somebody's been murdered, and it might have been you. So if the car was on fire at the top of the hill, what would have started the fire? Where's the fuel? I can't go any further than that. Okay. Yeah, I think you're probably right. That sounds like, yeah, there's the fuel. Someone's pierced the tank up here and rolled it down the hill. Might be right. Oh, there we go.
Took this turn every day.
Yeah, I mean,
it shouldn't have surprised him.
I was going to say that is a very obvious turn. There's the last piece of evidence. Someone has to. That has to be what it is.
That's all the information I need. Time to put everything together.
Right, bright light. Possibly, we're going into the Mind Palace. Not possibly about it. Fucking hell.
The report states Nick was driving under the influence of alcohol.
I mean, you know, he might have been drinking.
He was startled by an animal.
You think? Why? How would that?
Through a road sign before crashing into a tree.
Well, the recreation had his car driving through the wrong bit of the road. How does it land up there if it went there where there was no way it could get past?
Things don't add up.
Yeah, they don't. They definitely do not. An animal in the road. Just stop there. That sounds like a very likely thought process, to be honest. I like that the ground lights up under his feet.
I need to find out what really happened.
Let's do it then. Right. Nick. I think he was probably unconscious. Let's try that as a possibility. Let's say he was unconscious, the car and fuel, leaking fuel. It was leaking fuel. The obstacle, I don't think there was an obstacle. None, there was no obstacle. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because the recreation initially had him going off here, which doesn't make any sense. How would he have got down there? Is there anything else to see here? Gonna get run over by the car, look. Ah! And then it smashes into the tree. I think that's probably the most likely setup. He's just been rolled. He wasn't conscious in the car. We have to go up here to see if that's right. Because the car was leaking fuel, without a doubt. Here we go, let's see. He's unconscious. And goes down there.
How could the signs have burned during the crash then?
Yeah, something has to... That's a good point. Something has to have started the fire, so somebody has to have been involved in starting the fire. Caught on fire?
Only
Here we
one
go.
simulation
This is what it
fits
is.
the evidence. The police report.
That doesn't tell us if somebody rolled it, but... Fuel was leaking, but not, yeah. Well, yeah, you'd think that the only thing I'd say about lighting the fuel trail is there wouldn't probably be as much fuel on the road if they'd done the whole thing. That fuel would all be gone, wouldn't it? But it's definitely likely that somebody... Oh, unless... Well, they poured fuel on him as well. And there we go, so that's pretty much exactly what, as you said. Surely that would have burned off all that excess fuel. Oh no, because he burnt the car. So by the time that had lit, the car would have been moved far enough that it wouldn't have done anything with that other fuel. He was on fire the whole way down. Whoa. But now who's going to believe him? Who's going to believe him? That's the question.
I thought you quit.
I did. So, did you find anything?
Did quit smoking, but she started again.
Nick, he was murdered.
That is a bit of a toasty situation. That is
sorry,
true.
I don't...
That is very
The
true.
police
And that's
report
it.
was clearly wrong.
But if it is a
The hell?
Fucking...
Anna?
What the hell happened there?
Just...
Da 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 da.
Joe, it's Sam.
Where's Anna? Is she okay?
Yeah.
I
she's
know
right
where
here.
we're...
She's just
I'm just looking because I'm just realising the time, so...
break-in at her place.
It's a very toasty situation.
Right. What happened?
At least he would have been warm, you know? At least he wasn't cold.
We're on our way.
He was comfortable.
Someone broke into your house.
Yeah, he wasn't comfortable when he died, let's be honest. I'm pretty sure burning to death is not comfortable. Was he already dead beforehand? Knowledge is power. Finish the ghost scene. And now we're on Anna's property.
Okay, so about Dad.
What?
Don't tell him what we found. Please. It'll just worry him for no reason.
It's weird though, isn't it, that we just believe that everyone just believes this is true.
I'm guessing about
Like he's just stood and run around on the ground a little bit and gone.
Let me go call my
He was
father.
pushed down the hill unconscious while he was on fire.
The National Guard.
Everyone just believes him.
Anna, maybe give her a few moments with Joe before you barge in. Also, take a few moments for yourself as well.
It's a bit odd that
You used to
everyone
live
just
here,
believes
and
him, isn't
now
it?
Some other guy, Nick of all people, was living here. With her. Things are
His
different.
best friend.
She's different.
With the
You're
person he proposed to. I can handle it.
I think I can handle this. Hopefully. Keep in mind, Sam, no matter how much you want to, you can never go home again.
Why can he never go home again? Because those people will kill him for closing the mine. And that, I think, is a good point for us to stop at tonight. I think that's a good place for us to finish for the evening. So yeah, there we go. That was a bit of Twin Mirror. It actually seems alright. I mean, it's a bit slow, but it seems like it could be an interesting story to get through. So we'll definitely come back to it at some point soon, probably in a couple of days. Thank you very much, everyone, for dropping by and everyone for being in. I hope you've enjoyed watching me play the game. Maybe. And I hope you enjoyed me trying to sing Buy Out of Hell earlier, Celtic. Thank you very much for that suggestion. I might do Dara, I probably will. I'll have a look at it and see what's happening with it, and there's a good chance I might definitely be very interested in giving that game a shot again. Because I did try it out initially, I remember, and then I kind of got away from it. I don't know why. But yeah, I'll probably drop in. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Tonight I'm going to do, I'm going to raid, well, I'm going to make sure, I don't even need to really make sure whether this person is going to be live longer or not, because I know that they are, but
back. I've got no.
I meant to mute the desktop sound. They're definitely on, so we're going to head over. The medical examiners, they have to be, don't they? The medical examiner has to be in on it. Has to be in on it. SWGMU, okay, good stuff. So we're going to head over to Roscoe, who's doing a bit of Wild RP. I don't know which character he's playing at. He's got a couple of different characters. Oh, his regular character, Awkward Johnson, is doing goodness knows what. Thank you very much, all of you guys, for being in, and I'll see you next time. We're going to head over to Roscoe. Thank you very much, everyone who's in. It's been great having you. And we'll be back tomorrow with some Dead by Daylight. Hopefully. Good night for now, guys.